Stay tuned next for our Game of the Week, high school football on TV7, TV 34, a presentation of TV7 Sports. Our Game of the Week, local area high school football, coming up next. Stay tuned for Vardaman versus Weir, coming up next on TV7, TV 34. Now for the pregame show.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Game of the Week here from Vardaman tonight at Carter Field, where tonight we've got a great matchup in between two big-time 1A schools, the Weir Lions, 11-1 on the season, and the 12-0 Vardaman Rams, who come into this game, of course, having blown out most all of their opponents. I'm Don Brooks, joined by Mitchell Johnson, Ken Johnson, and Adam Gore here tonight. The whole crew's here. And Mitchell, first of all, let's talk about these Rams. They have been rolling this season. Smithville, the only team that's given them a tough game, but tonight most people feel like this would be one of the top games in the state.
Oh, no question about it. I feel very strongly this is the strongest competition Vardaman will face all season up to this point. As you mentioned, Smithville, a very solid ball club, but Vardaman really have to be on their P's and Q's tonight to come around out of here tonight with a victory and advance on in the playoffs.
You know, Adam Ware's got a good football team. They beat Smithville last weekend 24-0. A good defense. A lot of good special players on that team, and it's going to be quite a task tonight. Their only loss of the season was a hard-fought loss to Durant.
Yeah, that was a 36-21 loss to Durant. I talked to Coach Bray before the game. He said these guys are quick. He said they got a good defense, and they get to the ball quick, and they attack good. But the main thing he said, they're real quick. The only downfall I saw out here when they was warming up might be the kicking game. Vardaman's hadn't been that strong from time to time, but I believe that might be where Vardaman will be able to get on the field goal kicking. It might be what this game comes down to, and Guerrero's been a good job all year, so this is what the ball game could come down to.
Special teams and turnovers could be a big stat tonight, Ken, and of course Vardaman's got to play good football here tonight in order to beat this Weir team.
They really have. At this time of the year, you got to have a good game together to beat the opponents that are as tough as you are. So it will come down to special teams and keeping the offense going. And I'll have some stats to keep things going along in the game for you tonight.
We're looking forward to it here tonight as the Weir Lions meet the Vardaman Rams. Bill and myself will be down on the sideline to give some analogy of the game. Mitchell, Adam, and Ken will be up top. And it hasn't been this cold at Carter Field since Billy Nelson went and got that cheese from the concession stand about 3 or 4 years ago. We'll take a break and be back with some more pregame and the kickoff, so stay with us, everyone.
Number 74, John.
Stay tuned next for the North Half 1A playoff game, Vardaman versus Weir.
Number 62, Amos Tudor at center. Number 60, Brian Pennick at guard. Number 55, Justin Holloway at tackle. Number 35.
Ham and steak.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Carter Field here in Vardaman, Mississippi, where this will be the second round of the North Half Class 1A state playoffs. Your homestanding Vardaman Rams, coming in undefeated at 12-0, will be hosting the visiting Weir Lions, coming in at 11-1 on this 2000 campaign. I'm Mitchell Johnson, along with Ken Johnson, Adam Gore, Don Brooks, and Bill Morgan. Don and Bill will be sideline, taking some sideline footage. We're on top of the press box booth here at Carter Field. We do have the starters for you, both offensively and defensively, for the visiting Weir Lions, as well as the homestanding Vardaman Rams. For the visiting Weir Lions this year, they will go as follows. Offensively, number 6, Miss Cedric Pratt, running back, 5'7", 145-pounder. Number 9, Larry Miller. He's a running back, 5'6", 147-pounder. Number 12, Shamont Hoskins, quarterback, 5'7", 143. Number 15, Jamal Nance, running back, 5'9", 165. Number 22, Chris Gladney, wide receiver, 5'11", 153. Number 44, Lemuel Mitchell, tight end, 6'2", 251. Number 50, Virgil Burton, offensive lineman, 6 footer, 194. Number 53, Cole Henson, offensive lineman, 5'10", 179. Number 62, Joseph Parrish, offensive lineman, 5'11", 161. 67, Dale Peoples, offensive lineman, 5'8", 150-pounder. And rounding out your starters offensively tonight for the Lions of Weir will be number 70, Scott Broughton, offensive lineman, 5'11", 263-pounder. Now for your homestanding Vardaman Rams, as far as their offense is concerned, they will go as follows. Number 1, Brian West, quarterback, 185. He is a freshman. Number 3, Tony Shaw, running back, 170. He's a junior. Number 5, Travis Pratt, wide receiver, 160. He's a senior. Number 8, Ryan Springer, tight end, 175, senior. Number 9, Odie Armstrong, running back, 210, senior. Number 34, Jason Mims, running back, 185. He's a sophomore. 55, Justin Holloway, tackle, 280. He's a senior. Number 60, Brian Pinnick, guard, 190. He's a junior. Number 62, Amos Tudor. He is a center, 175, senior. 68, Taylor Stennett, tackle, 230. He's a senior. Rounding out your starters offensively this evening for the Rams will be number 74, John Mark Berry, guard, 250-pounder, and he is a senior this year.
Number 68, Taylor Stennett.
Ken, I tell you what, we're looking forward to some exciting 1A high school playoff action here tonight from Carter Field.
Really are, and I expect this to be a really tight, hard-fought game, and might come down to the wire, Mitchell.
I agree with you, and as our fans are well aware of, the winner of this contest will be on the road next Friday night as Durant is in competition tonight against Noxapater, I understand, and the winner of this game will be on the road going away for the North Half Championship. Is that correct, Ken?
That's correct. Durant beat Weir in a close game, a couple touchdowns, as was mentioned in the pregame. And the difference, I understand, was a couple of turnovers, so you can base it on Durant that Weir is a good team.
That's exactly right. I understand Durant scored on a couple of turnovers, as you mentioned, a couple of fumbles by Weir, or that contest could have ended up on the other side of the ledger as far as wins and losses are concerned. We have a meeting of the captains at midfield while they're having the initial game coin toss. Let's go over a list of tonight's sponsors that will include N&W Farms, growers and shippers of sweet potatoes. Dial 682-7961. That's Larry Nelson or Randall Wright at N&W Farms. Bancorp South in Vardaman, Don McCarver and staff at Bancorp South, ready to please you with their banking service. Rams have won the toss. They have deferred the decision to the second half, so we'll start tonight's contest with the Rams of Vardaman kicking off for the Lions of Weir. Some more of tonight's sponsors include Mount Supermarket in Vardaman, Ward Shortstop Vardaman, Farm Bureau, Calhoun City and Bruce, Insurance, Farm Bureau Insurance, Union Planters Bank in Calhoun City and Dermot. We are currently awaiting the arrival of the Rams onto the field. They're going to be breaking through their breakaway banner from the north end zone. The Weir Lions have made their way back to the sideline across the way. Some more of tonight's regular season sponsors include Grisani Rebel Motors in Oxford, Classic Exteriors, Professional Lighting Siding in Houston. Here come the Vardaman Rams onto the field, being led by their cheerleader squad. Calhoun Apparel Incorporated, Parker Brothers Trucking, Fred's Pharmacy in Vardaman, TDS Telecom in Calhoun City, Treasurer's Jewelry on the Oxford Mall, Custom Coverage Insurance in Bruce, Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear Bruce, Bucks One Stop Calhoun City, Hunter's Hollow Oxford, Warehouser Company in Bruce, Kelwood and Kelwood Factory Outlet in Calhoun City, and the Gold Exchange on the Square in Calhoun City. Well, now we'll have our national anthem, so stay with us.
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous and the rocket's red flare, the bombs bursting in
Big round of applause going up at the conclusion of the singing of our national anthem and a magnificent fireworks display here pregame from Carter Field in Vardaman, Mississippi. Excitement is in the air. Pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Second round of the North Half Class 1A state playoffs. Vardaman Rams coming in undefeated at 12-0. Taking on the visiting Weir Lions coming in with a remarkable record as well at 11-1. Vardaman won the opening game coin toss. They deferred the decision to the second half of play. So we'll start tonight's battle royal with the Rams kicking off to the Lions. Ken, I'm already excited. How about yourself?
That's an excellent fireworks show, and now we're ready to rumble.
Absolutely. Give the fans a little taste of what's been going on all year this year. Vardaman has scored 653 points on the year. That's an average of 54.4 points per game. And their opponents have scored 61 total points this season, holding their opponents to an average of 5.1 points per contest. We do have a list of a playoff schedule as well. Ken just handed me up here. Let's have the kickoff here as the Rams get the game underway. Fielding the ball at the 15-yard line on the return. And this is going to be Jamal Nance on the return. And he's going to be hit down as he crosses the 35-yard line down to around the 37. Pretty good return of kick as far as the Lions are concerned. They're being business offensively, 1st and 10. They'll start the initial series operating from their own 37, 38-yard line. Just getting underway if you joined us late. We are coming to you from Carter Field as the Rams are hosting the Lions, the Weir Lions. It's the second round of the North Half Class 1A state playoffs. I'm Mitchell Johnson along with Ken Johnson, Adam Gore, Don Brooks, and Bill Morgan. Pleased to bring you Ram playoff action tonight. 1st and 10, we'll go the Lions as Shamon Hoskins up under center. It goes to the tailback off the left side. That's going to be Pratt with the carry. Pratt is upended around the 38-yard line. Minimal gain on that carry. We'll give him a yard, bring up a second down here for Weir. And about 9 to go for the first.
Stop by Jason Mims.
Mims in with a stop defensively for the Rams.
Second down, 9 for the Lions.
Tell you what, this ball game right here is starting off with a lot of emotion, so it's going to be whoever's able to last in this ball game. Looks like early. Of course, both teams are going to be hyped up. As we said, this right here is for the North Half Championship. See who goes to play for it on the road next week. But both teams right now playing with a lot of emotions early in this ball game.
Oh, absolutely. Give goes to the tailback on the near side this time. And again, it's going to be Pratt with the carry. And again, he is met abruptly as he crosses the 40-yard line around the 41-42. Leading the charge defense with the Rams will be Yodi Armstrong and John Mark Berry as well. They'll bring up a third down here for the Lions of the initial series. Third and about 6 yards to go. As quarterback Shamon Hoskins just checking back into the contest on the sideline discussing things with the coaching staff. Possession play facing the Lions here. Third and about 6 yards to go, operating from their end of the football field around the 42. Quarterback wants to throw in trouble. Now it's going to be hit, and he is hammered down on the 42-yard line. Nowhere to go. Again, leading the charge defensively for the Rams this time will be Jason Mims and Odie Armstrong. Tell you what, Ken, they did a nice job on that first defensive stand here as far as Vardaman is concerned.
Excellent job. 3 plays, only 4 yards, so a good way to start off the ball game.
They bring up a fourth down situation, punting situation for the Lions. Fourth and about 5 to go from their own 43, 44-yard line. Back to booted away for Weir will be Michael Curtis. He is a 5'10", 186-pounder.
Michael Curtis in punt formation.
That will be John Harden back to receive the punt for the Rams. It will be a first down being applied here by the Lions, I think. I took my eye off the play just for a moment. Ken, did you pick that play up?
Well, the punter kicked it off the kind of at the tip of his toe, and it went along the ground, and the guy picked it up. So they cannot advance a ball that's been kicked.
Okay.
This ball should be coming coming back to where the guy for Weir touched it.
Of course, unless one of the Vardaman players had touched it first, then it's going to be live ball.
They are saying that, Adam. They're saying that Weir will have possession of the football, so Ken evidently is just exactly what Adam Gore was trying to explain there. I'd missed the play completely. I was looking at my score sheet here, and I missed what happened. In any event, the Weir Lions will be in business still, 1st and 10. Now they nose the ball into Ram territory around the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 will go the Lions from that point. As your starting signal caller, Shamon Hoskins, quarterback, 5'7", 143-pounder, sets his offense. It takes about a 4-3 defensive alignment for the Rams, or maybe a 5-3 now as we have players moving in and out of the defensive line area. Clock's at 9:45 and counting. We're operating from the first quarter of play. There's no score. Hoskins up under center, 2-man eye in the backfield. Give goes to the first man through, and this is going to be Nance with the carry. Trying to turn the corner. He is ridden down, nowhere to go. He was tracked down by the part of John Harden. Harden's a junior 175-pounder. Nice job on his part.
I'll tell you what, that's what John Harden's done all year. If he don't take and knock you off your feet with his first lick, he's going to take and ride you until you go down. And like I said, it's an emotional ball game. That big first down recovery, I guess you could say, of a fumble. I don't know really what you would call it. For Weir, it was a real big move there, but good job by Vardaman that time, able to come back and cause a 5-yard loss on the play.
As a 4 or 5-yard loss, as you mentioned, we'll call it 2nd and 15 here for the Lions. Now back in their own end of the football field around the 47. Quarterback once again gives the first man through once again to Nance, and he's going to hit down as he gets around the midfield stripe. Pick up of a couple at best, bring up the 2nd down here. We'll call it 12 to go for the first.
Mitchell, Vardaman's looking good early on rush defense. They have held them to only 3 yards on 5 plays, and excellent job thus far.
Absolutely. Bring up a 3rd down here, make it a 3rd down, and about 12 to go for the Lions. Ball is resting almost on the midfield stripe. 8:30 remaining in the first quarter play. The clock is on the move. There's no score. First offensive possession for either team. Hoskins checks that defensive front for the Rams. He wants to throw. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Thrown behind the intended receiver, the mule Mitchell. Mitchell, the tight end, 6'2", 251, could not make the connection. They'll bring up a 4th down situation for the Lions. And again, about 12 to go for the first. Punting situation for Weir.
Yeah, we just saw what Weir was able to do with that last punt, so this time see what Vardaman decides to do. If they're going to try to block it once again, I was noticing in warm-ups, it took both the field goal kicker and the punter a long time to take and get the kick away. We've seen them do it before. We've seen them block it and take and return them, so we'll see what Vardaman elects to do here once again.
Curtis back to booted away for the Lions. Back to receive for the Rams will be John Harden. Curtis gets a high snap down and gets the kick away. Nice spiraling kick for Curtis. And Harden's going to field it around the 8-yard line and downs it immediately there. I thought he signaled fair catch before the ball got to him, however, but he immediately went down to one knee. The Rams will start their initial offensive series deep in their own territory inside the 10-yard line, 1st and 10 around the 9.
Well, this is something we're not used to seeing on a kickoff or a punt. We're used to seeing them maybe recovering a fumble and being that far back.
That's right.
We'll see what Vardaman can do here. Sort of uncharacteristic starting back this deep. But, of course, this is a good Vardaman team led by the senior Odie Armstrong. And I tell you what, one player I've also been impressed by this year has been their starting quarterback, only being a freshman. He's come out, he's looked like a senior all throughout the games that I've seen him play this year.
West has done an excellent job, no question about that. 1st and 10 will go the Rams. First offensive series for Vardaman from around their own 9-yard line. West up under center, sets a 2-man eye in the backfield, wide out split left and right. Weir stringing a lot of men across the defensive front. West rolls back slightly right, ball is in the air way down the field, trying to go to Travis Pratt, can't catch up with it. Pratt was the intended receiver. He's a senior 160-pounder. West has hung it in the air and hoped that Pratt could run under and make the grab, but was unable to do so, however. Bring up a 2nd down, and once again, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, you know, that play right there really didn't surprise me that time coming out of Vardaman. This is a high-octane, big play type of offense. You know, they're going to try to go ahead and get you down early. As that was a big pass that time on 1st down. Good down to race it on when you have a running back in the shape of Odie Armstrong, along with Mims in the backfield. Both these guys have done a good job this season.
West sets his offense once again. Now puts an offset 2-man eye in the backfield. We give goes to tailback Odie Armstrong. He's at the 10-yard line trying to fight his way downfield. He's being corralled by a host of Lions. Nowhere to go. Minimal gain on that carry. Nice job as far as Weir is concerned defensively. They'll bring up a 3rd down here. Possession play facing the Rams. And about 9 to go for the first.
Gain of 2 on the play, bring up 3rd down and 8.
So as you said, it is a possession down. So this is a big down right here for Vardaman. Deep and close to Weir's end zone down here. So Vardaman really wants to come out, pick up some big yardage and keep momentum on their side. You would think the way their defense was playing, they might be able to take over some of that momentum from the defense. But as we said, they're sort of stalling early here.
West will give the tailback nowhere to go that time. Nothing doing on that carry. as far as Jason Mims is concerned. Mims, a running back, sophomore, 185-pounder, and he was hit down immediately around the line of scrimmage. Little gain, if any. Bring up a 4th down here for the Rams. Punting situation for Vardaman. It'll be 3 and out for the Rams in their initial series. Clock winding down to an even 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. There's no score. Ken, we're not used to seeing this as far as the Rams are concerned in their opening series.
We're used to seeing a lot of fireworks early and all the way to the end of the game.
Odie Armstrong back to boot it away in his own end zone for the Rams. Gets a good snap back and gets the kick away. It's going to hit around the 44-yard line, take several Vardaman rolls, and be down around the midfield stripe. So, Weir will come out of this with an excellent field position. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions, operating from the 50.
But right now we have to call once again on this Vardaman defense to come up and play big. Both these defenses starting off the ball game playing big on both sides of the ball for Weir and Vardaman. But right now it's just going to be, looks like early in the ball game, just who's going to commit that first mistake or have that mental breakdown. And it's going to be probably this way all the way through. Of course, you know, it's not going to be any more teams like Vardaman's faced this year out. Now the competition's got tough, and you have to come out to play.
1st and 10 will go the Lions from the 50-yard line. Game goes to the first man through. And again, this is going to be Nance with a carry, penalty marker down around the 48-49-yard line. Have to wait and get the official ruling on the penalty, see what transpires from there. Can't you pick it up?
No, I just saw the flag. It was procedure now.
Illegal procedure against the Lions. It'll be a 5-yarder, marched off against Weir. It should mark the ball around the 45-yard line, I would think, or somewhere in that vicinity. Adam, I was scared it's going to be as cold up here tonight as we suffered through last Friday night, but it's not that bad so far.
Not that bad so far. If the wind would just stay like it is here right now, it would be pretty good. Of course, you know, it's getting that time, and I believe they're saying there might be a chance for a little ice this weekend or something, what I've heard, but it shouldn't amount to anything. But as you said, it's a halfway decent night. That's going to be yet another flag against Weir, and that's what I was just talking about there, Mitchell, the mental mistakes or who's going to break down first.
Well, this could be some early game jitters. This is a monster game, as you fans are well aware of. The winner of this contest will advance to the North Half Championship next Friday night. Illegal procedure against the Lions. There'll be yet another consecutive illegal procedure calls being called against Weir here. They'll move the ball back to inside their own 40, where it will still be 1st down and about 20 yards to go for another first. 1st and 20, facing the Lions here. Clock on the move with 6 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. There's no score. Here goes the man in motion. This time Miller trying to turn the corner. Miller's got some daylight. Hit down from behind around the 50-yard line. That's open field stop on the part of T.J. Dodgett. Dodgett made the pop in there. He's a sophomore, 170-pounder. Got the ball almost up to the original line of scrimmage. We'll bring up the 2nd down. We'll call it 10 to go for the first.
Absolutely. Right now is when Vardaman wants to dig in here. You know, they had the opportunity to hold them back for the long yardage on the 2nd down, but they was able to pick up 10 on that play. But right now, as we said, Weir shot themselves in the foot earlier, but now they're able to move the ball down the field, picked up 10 yards, and now they're back to the original line of scrimmage.
Your starting signal caller, Hoskins, puts a lone set back in the backfield, puts a man in motion from left to right. And once again, the give goes to Nance. He's got daylight at the 30, is at the 25, bumped out of bounds. Inside the 25-yard line of Vardaman, plenty of room for a Weir 1st down. Nice job, Ken, that time as far as Nance is concerned. Do a little dancing in that defensive secondary. Major pickup on that carry.
Excellent pickup of 26 yards. Had a couple blockers out in front of him. Good game.
Jamal Nance, running back. He's 5'9", 165-pounder. Did an excellent job on that carry. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Lions, as they'll have a fresh set of downs to operate with here from about the Ram 24-yard line. Samad Hoskins up under center, puts a lone set back in the backfield. Man in motion. Give goes to the motion man, Larry Miller. Penalty marker down around the line of scrimmage.
Penalty flag on the play.
Let's wait and get the official ruling. Illegal procedure call once again against Weir. That's the 3rd time in this series, Ken. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Lions have been stung with that particular call.
It is having guys coming out of their stance too quickly.
That'll be a 5-yard assessment once again, marched off against the Lions. It'll still be 1st down. No loss of down. 1st down here, and again 15 to go for another first.
Yeah, you know, we saw this while ago, 1st down and 20 while ago, and they said pick up 10 yards. So right now, Vardaman really needs to dig in. They've been able to move the ball rather easy, using misdirection plays and sort of confusing that defense in the secondary, and we'll see what Weir comes out with here.
1st and 15 facing Weir here. Here goes to the first man through, Nance with a carry.
Nance on the carry.
Minimal gain on that pickup of a yard or two at best. And on the stop defensively for the Rams this time will be Jonathan Denley. Denley is the junior 190-pounder. Bring up their 2nd down, bring up the 2nd and 11 here for Weir. Under 5 minutes remaining in the quarter here. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Adam, I love this cold weather as far as the wind doesn't get in it. I'm a cold weather type person.
Yeah, I tell you what, I love the cold weather also just as much as the next person. But just sometimes it gets too cold as it did last week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But tell you what, I'm glad the cold weather's here. I sort of got sick of the hot weather there for a while.
That's true. 2nd and 11 here facing the Lions. Give goes once again to the first man through Nance, running back. Minimal gain on the carry once again. The stop this time was made by Ryan Springer, senior 175-pounder. Bring up your 3rd down situation for the Lions and about 9 to go for the first here.
Yeah, Springer's played a good ball game. He's been in on just about every tackle, which is good because he's going to be one of your linebackers shooting the gaps every time. We've seen linemen in the tackles also, so that's what you like to see. You like to see your linemen get back there and take it spread out the field and get some of the tackles before the guys get to pick up major yardage.
Clock winding down to an even 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. Weir Lions with possession of the football. 2nd offensive series for the Lions this evening. About to reach the red zone of Vardaman around the 22-yard line.
3rd down there for the Lions.
Hoskins with a lone setback. Man in motion again will be Larry Miller. Hoskins going to be tackled from behind around the 20-yard line. Well shy of first down yardage. That was Trent Edmondson with a stop defensively for Vardaman, a junior 150-pounder.
Trent Edmondson.
They bring up your 4th down situation for Weir, and what looks to be about 7 to go for the first. 7 or 6 or 7.
You're right. Credit Edmondson that time making the quarterback turn it back inside and sticking with it after Odie had tried to make the tackle and turn him back outside, able to come back and get that tackle. Right now it's a big down right here, 4th down and 6 to go for Weir, and it looks like they're going to go for it here. So right now it's a big defensive play for Vardaman.
Clock winding down and even 3:09. Clock winding down to close to 3 minutes remaining here. Now the 2-man eye now will go the Lions. As quarterback Hoskins up under center, puts a wide out left, a wide out right. Give goes to the tailback off the right side. Fighting down the field, going to be corralled by a host of Rams and pushed back. And that was Larry Miller with the carry. He's running back, 147, 5 feet 6 inches tall.
If you'll notice, Mitchell, the difference on that one there is that they had a procedure penalty and they ended up being about 4 yards short of the first down. So the procedure penalties ended up being costly for Weir on that drive.
That was the difference on that particular play, was it not? That particular series. Turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams here as the Weir Lions failed to convert in a 4th down situation. Vardaman will take over their 2nd offensive series of the night, operating from their own 17-yard line. Brian Wetz sets a lone setback in the backfield. And Jason Mims, 2 outs to the right side, 1 left. Give goes to Mims with the gut there, trying to find daylight. He's going to be hit and finally taken down.
Jason Mims, your ball here.
After a minimal gain at best. Give him a yard, bring up a 2nd down here, and 9 to go for the first. I tell you what, Adam, these Weir Lions are showing some stingy defense here in the early going.
Yeah, I see what Coach Bray was thinking about that time right there. He was thinking if he can get Odie out of the receiver, sort of take away and open up the middle a little bit. But Weir did a good job that time containing and able to bring down Mims before he got a big gain. So they're just trying to see what they can get to do and see what Weir's going to commit to, who they're going to stop. But right now, as they said, Weir's a good defensive team, and they're proving it tonight.
Well, it's again that 2-man eye. Takes about a 4-man front defensively for the Lions. Give goes to Odie Armstrong, left side, nowhere to go. Armstrong's upended by several Lion defenders, hit around the line of scrimmage. He might have picked up a yard or 2 at best. Nothing doing there. Bring up your 3rd down here, and we'll call it 8 to go for the first.
But right now, the defensive line is really ruling the offensive line of Vardaman. You know, the Vardaman guys got to dig down, they can just give Odie some kind of hole or Mims some kind of hole, just try to make something happen. But that's what it takes right here, just whoever wants to do the most. And right now, the defensive line is getting the best of the offensive line of the Rams.
Now West puts a lone set back in the backfield, 2 wide outs to the right side, 1 to the left. We're showing about a 4 or 5-man front defensively with a 3-man linebacker core. Quick pass on the right side going to Travis Pratt. Pratt's got daylight at the 30. At the 35, he's bumped out of bounds. Between the 35 and the 40-yard line. Plenty of room for a Ram first down. They needed that big play on a part of Travis Pratt.
I'll tell you what, Pratt's just that kind of player right there, you know. You saw him with a nice stutter step to take and confuse the defender. And he's able to run for the extra yardage to get the first down. And, you know, Vardaman's got those type of plays in there. They got one where they just take and throw out to the flat, run little screen passes. This Vardaman team's got a lot of variety of offensive plays. You know, we'll probably have to see them all tonight against this Weir, which is a good defensive team.
Maybe that will jumpstart this Ram offense here tonight. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams, now operating from around their own 38-yard line. West up under center. Give goes to, this is Jason Mims with a carry. Whistle stop the play before we can get a conclusion to the play. Let's see what's going on here. Yellow marker down. Illegal procedure call against the Rams.
Illegal procedure against the Rams.
That's a tough break for the Rams that time, as you saw at home. Mims was able to bounce that one out, had a big hole there, and then the official blew the whistle, bringing it back. So tough break that time for the Rams, as they look like they finally got some kind of ground attack going, but unfortunately it was whistled back.
Travis Pratt checks in offensively for Vardaman, replacing Tony Shaw. He'll be split wide to the left side. Vardaman going with a split backfield formation this time. Two-man set. West up under center. West wants to throw. Passes in the air. It's going to be caught. Good catch on the part of Odie Armstrong. Armstrong is taken down around the 32-yard line. Nice play defensively. Good open field tackle as far as Jamal Nance is concerned. He's a linebacker defensively, 5'9", 165. Great job on his part. They'll bring up a second down here for the Rams. It looks to be maybe 14 to go for the first. We'll give him a 1-yard pickup on the previous pass play.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a good shot that time by the defender of Weir. You know, that could be the fact that Odie's used to being able to be the dominant player on the field and able to run over people. But not tonight. Odie's going to take and do a little bit more, and maybe this time try to go around the guy. But either way it goes, they did pick up, or no, they lost on the play, so lost at 5, as you did say. So
well, actually, it was about no gain. There was a penalty before the play,
right.
So it'll be a second down, and again, about 14 and 15 to go for the first. West loads the trips up to the right side, wants to throw, fakes the pass, passes away, and the pass is caught on the part of John Harden, and Harden is hammered down around the 36, 37-yard line. Good stop defensively, that time on the part of Michael Curtis. Curtis is linebacker, 5'10", 186. Give him a couple on the pickup at best. Bring up a third down here, and about 12 to go for the first.
Tell you what, Mitchell, going back talking about West earlier, you know, we talking about him just being a freshman. This is a big-time ball game here, and he's showing a lot of poise and connecting on a lot of passes. I believe he might have only missed 2 passes. I'm not for sure. We can check him with that on his passing so far on the night.
Well, that's going to about do it for the first quarter of play. We're down to 2-1, and the first quarter is history. Goose Eggs on the scoreboard. As far as any scoring is concerned, it's Vardaman 0, Weir 0 after 1. Let's go down the sideline with Bill and Don. Take it away, guys.
It's been a defensive battle here in the first quarter, guys. As you can see, the score is 0-0 right now. Weir has dominated the field position after they got the break on that punt. They pinned the Rams down deep, but they're trying to put together some first downs, get some field position, and see if they can't put some points on the board. We're going to take a break. Be back with more Ram football after this.
Welcome back for the second quarter of play. The Vardaman Rams are in possession. There'll be a third down here facing the Rams, and about 10 or 11 to go for the first, operating from their own 37-yard line. As West sets his offense out of 2-man eye in the backfield. West wants to throw left side. Pass is flipped in the air. It's going to be picked off. Interception on the part of Michael Curtis. Curtis still on his feet, rumbling down the field. Penalty marker down. It's going to be hammered down around the 25-yard line. Great pick on the part of Michael Curtis, linebacker, 5'10", 186. Let's see what the penalty infraction is all about to see if indeed the INT will stand. Can you pick up the penalty? I didn't see it.
Well, it looks like they did call clipping as I was about to talk, but I thought they were going to say something about the offensive man pushing his teammate down the field, but they called clipping.
Be a clipping call. I assume against Weir, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see, let the Zebras figure this one all out. Clipping call against the Lions. They will have possession, I think.
15-yard penalty sometime against the Lions.
That will be the case.
With that penalty, they will have 4 on the night for 30 yards.
Ken, you probably have some first half statistics ready for us, do you not?
I do. For Weir, individually rushing, Hoskins has 2 carries, 1 yard. Nance, 4 carries, 29 yards. Pratt, 2 carries, 4 yards. And Miller, 2 carries, 14 yards.
First quarter statistics, I should have said. 1st and 10 will go to the Lions. There goes the first man through, and he is hit abruptly, and there's nowhere to go. That was Nance with a carry, 5'9", 165-pounder.
Running back.
No daylight there. Bring up a second down here, and 11 yards to go for the Lions.
Jonathan Denley, along with John Mark Berry on the stop.
Just underway with the second quarter of play. Clock says 11 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the quarter. There's no score. Weir has won the battle of field position so far here tonight. They're operating now from Ram territory around the 46-yard line. This is your quarterback Hoskins with daylight now at the 30-yard line. He's at the 25, he's at the 20, being chased. He's going to be hit and ran out of bounds or inside the 15, I think. Defender for the Rams, Odie Armstrong, trying to strip the ball with a tackle, unable to do so. That'll be a major pickup on that carry. And Hoskins with a carry, 5'7", 143-pounder, doing the job there, Ken and Adam.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they did a good job that time. That's what they was doing when they had success earlier. They was doing the little misdirections, little fake and tuck and run, and they're successful once again against that Ram defense.
Hoskins showing some amazing speed out of that backfield that time. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions inside the Ram 15-yard line, around the 14, I think that will be the case. Quarterback Shamon Hoskins. That's a two-man eye in the backfield. Wideouts left and right. It goes to the first man through up the gut there, and that was Nance with the carry. Not much daylight up the middle against that stubborn Ram defense. Bring up a second down here. We'll give him 1. Second down and about 9 facing Weir here.
Justin Holloway.
You know, that run right there in the middle really hasn't been there all night. The guys on the defensive line are really doing a good job getting down there and making contact, clogging up the holes for the running backs of Weir. But that sort of the containment after the misdirection play has been the problem for Vardaman, as you just seen there on that last big game.
Shamon Hoskins, he was in the same offensive set. Rams showing about a 5 or 6 man defensive front. The give goes to Pratt with the carry. Pratt's off to the races in the end zone. Touchdown, Weir Lions. The Lions of Weir draw first blood here. They get that score with 10 minutes and 24 seconds showing remaining in the second quarter of play. They go up by a score of 6-0. Extra point pending. Nothing fancy that time, Adam or Ken. They just ran the misdirection play off the left side and got into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, just like key blocking right there, open up the hole, and he just used that speed he had to get to the end zone.
Extra point attempt coming up here by Michael Curtis. Snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up. He's got the distance, he's got the accuracy. Curtis comes on to tack on the PAT, and the Weir Lions go up by a score of 7-0 with 10 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the second quarter play. Let's go sideline after the score with Bill and Don.
Well, folks, Weir able to put together a drive after getting the football back. They get a big play from their running game, take it into the end zone for the touchdown to draw first blood here tonight at Carter Field as Weir takes a 7-0 lead. Mitchell Ken, Vardaman's got to get some field position, got to get some offense going to come back into this football game. They need to have some big plays here to get back in it. We'll take a break. Be back with more after this.
And that's something that Vardaman's not used to playing from with, has come from behind football this season. They've led in every game I've covered so far except the Smithville game.
Yeah, you know what? That really wasn't the Vardaman team that we've seen playing the other games. They sort of come out struggling in that Smithville game. But as you said, this is something they're not used to. They're trailing behind a very good football team here in this Weir football team, a good, quick defensive team.
Greg Horton and Travis Pratt back to receive the kick for Vardaman. Lane all set to boot it away for the Lions. Approaches the ball, and the kick is away. Relatively short kick on the right side. It's going to be fielded by Jonathan Denley around the 33-34 line. So that's where the Rams will put it in play, 1st and 10, around their own 34. They have 10 minutes and 21 seconds of operating time available here in the first half of play, operating from the second quarter, where it leads Vardaman by a score of 7-0.
This is Vardaman's best starting position of the night. The usually potent Vardaman offense has been held to 33 yards on 9 plays tonight.
That is an amazing statistic in itself, Ken. 1st and 10, we'll go to the Rams from their 34. Brian West sets a lone set back in, well, offset 2-man set in the backfield. Man in motion from left to right is Tony Shaw. West with a give to the tailback, Odie Armstrong, 35-yard line, hit from behind, penalty marker down. Odie's going to be tackled around the 36, but we have a yellow marker down on the field.
Penalty flag on the play.
Going to be a legal procedure, I'm afraid. That will be the call against the Rams.
Illegal procedure against the Rams.
Mitchell, it's starting to look like that's the only call they know how to call right now. It's been both teams each hit with the illegal procedure call. You know, that really killed Vardaman that time right there. As they was able to pick up what looked like to be probably the biggest running game they've had. You know, even though it might have been about 4 or 5 yards, but there was a tough break, back them up 5 more yards after that, and it's going to be also, once again, 1st down.
5-yard penalty against the Rams.
There have been a total of 5 procedure penalty calls tonight and 1 clipping call. So we've had 30 yards on Weir and 10 yards on Vardaman.
1st and 15, we'll go the Rams operating from inside their own 30 now, run the 29. West working the 2-man eye. Man in motion from left to right. We'll go Melvin Pierce. And West wants a timeout. Saw something he didn't like as far as that Lion defense is concerned. That's Vardaman's first in the first half of play. I don't think Weir has used one as of yet. They'll still have their full 3 timeouts available. 9 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Second quarter, Weir leads Vardaman by a score of 7-0. Let's take a look now at some of our fine sponsors. There are proud sponsors of Vardaman 1A playoff action tonight. They include NW Farms, growers and shippers of sweet potatoes. Dial 682-7961. Larry Nelson and Randall Wright. Banco South in Vardaman, Don McCarver and staff. Tri-State Termite and Pest Control in Calhoun City. The number there is 628-6837. Mount Supermarket here in Vardaman. Ward's Shortstop Vardaman. Farm Bureau Insurance, Calhoun City and Bruce. Union Planters Bank, Calhoun City and Derma.
Fireworks tonight was sponsored by Ward Shortstop, Vardaman Farmers Den, the Ramcheck, Spencer & Son Farm.
1st and 15 will be the Rams from around their own 29-yard line.
1st and 15 for the Rams.
West, your freshman starting signal caller. Same offensive set. Long snap count. Broken play in the backfield. He's going to be hit and hammered down around the 25-yard line. And I tell you what, guys, I think that was just a broken play. West was trying to look around to hand the ball off to someone. Someone made the wrong move as far as out of the backfield is concerned.
Yeah, when he turned around, he sort of expected, I guess, Mims to come to the other side. When Mims went to the opposite side he was going to, and after that, it was just sort of over from there as the Weir defense just surrounded him and taking him down that time. Tough break once again for this offense of Vardaman. You know, they're just not in sync now. This is something we're not used to seeing right here.
Melvin Pierce checks out of the game offensively, replaced by Travis Pratt. That'll bring up a second down here, and about 20 to go for the Rams. As Travis Pratt and Greg Horton exchange places. Check that, make that Tony Shaw. Now Shaw's in motion from left to right. Pitch sweep on the near side going to Armstrong. He wants to throw. Halfback pass way down the field. He's got a man. It's double covered. It's incomplete. Really lucky that wasn't picked off. It was intended for Travis Pratt. Good coverage in the defensive secondary and a part of Shamad Hoskins. Defensive back DB. He's a 5'7", 143-pounder.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a big gutsy call that time by Coach Brayless. He's just trying to get any kind of spark in this offense of Vardaman. And, you know, that's something they're lacking so far in their offense. So he's just trying to pull anything out of his hat that time. Good defense once again by Weir. You know, that's probably what was going to be the story all night tonight. We're going to be used to hearing good defense out of Weir because that's what Coach Bray said. They're a great defensive team. 9
minutes and 1 second remain to be played in the second quarter of play. Weir out in front by a score of 7-0 from Carter Field. Second round of the North Half Class 1A state playoffs. West up under center. Penalty markers down as West tries to elude a couple of defenders, making penetration as far as Weir is concerned. Let's see what the penalty marker's all about here.
You know, if this is against Vardaman, it's going to be a false start against the offense. Look, the center saw the guy coming at him, sort of leaned forward at that time, so that might be what the call is.
Illegal procedure, once again, against the Rams. Ken, how many illegal procedure calls is that tonight against Vardaman?
We've had 6, 3 each.
3 apiece, 3 against Weir, 3 against Vardaman. Well, that's really strung both squads here so far. 3rd and 25 for the Rams. They're getting farther and farther away from where they need to be. They've got to get to around the 44 to justify first down. It is 3rd down. Possession play facing Vardaman here as Melvin Pierce re-enters the game, replacing John Harden for Vardaman.
Yeah, Mitchell, I think it's the first time we've actually said that this year on the TV7. 3rd down 25 for the Vardaman Rams.
Very unusual, no question about that. As Brian West works with a split backfield formation on offset eye. 2 outs to the left side. Give goes to Odie Armstrong. He's at the 25-yard line, the 30, dancing around, still on his feet. He's at the 40. He's got first down yardage. He's at the 50. He's at the 40, still on his feet, running down the field. Finally bumped out of bounds, running the 30-yard line. Great run on the part of Odie Armstrong, running back 210. He's a senior. You had to know it's just a matter of time before Odie got out of the open and got major yardage on the pickup.
That is a spark that they really need to get going, Mitchell. They were 3rd down, about 20 yards to go, 25 yards to go, and Odie Armstrong got the Odie meter started, and it's created a spark here for Vardaman.
Rams deep in Weir territory. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from the Weir 30-yard line. As Brian Webb sets a 2-man eye in the backfield, wide outs left and right. Weir stocking a lot of men across the defensive front. It goes to Horton up the middle. He is hammered down. That was Jason Mims. Check that. Jason Mims with a carry for the Vardaman.
Jason Mims about here.
Little gain, if any, on the play. Bring up a 2nd down here. We'll give him 1. 2nd and 9 facing Vardaman here.
We'll give Odie 50 yards on the pickup.
50 yards on the previous carry on the part of Odie Armstrong.
I'll tell you what, in that last run by Odie Armstrong is what Odie Armstrong is. You saw him taking U speed, run over people, and actually skipped over somebody. So that right there just what Odie does best. He takes and creates stuff, and when guys get in his way, he's going to go around you, stiff arm you, or jump over you. You know, he's just one hard player. When he gets it in his head, he's going to be hard to bring down.
Well, sets a two-man offset eye in the backfield, wide outs left and right. Goes to Armstrong up on the right side, trying to get outside. He's going to be hit in the backfield, hammered down, loss on the carry. How many times this season have we said loss on the carry as far as Odie Armstrong is concerned? I can't remember any, or very few, if any.
Exactly. It looked like Armstrong might have tried to cut it back that time. If he would have kept with the original where he started going in motion, of course, that's probably a little misdirection play that time by Vardaman. But the far side of the field was open that time for Vardaman, but he just unfortunately took it in, and the Weir defensive linemen and linebackers just did a good job of getting through there and getting the stop.
Good job as far as that Weir defense is concerned so far. It'll be third down here, and about 13 to go for the first. Ball's moved back to around the Weir 34-yard line. West wants to throw on third down. Passes away. It's going to be caught. Good grab on the part of Travis Pratt, and he is hammered down immediately after the grab is made. Around the 30. Good open field tackle on the part of Mitch Miller, I believe. Leaving up a fourth down here for Vardaman, and about 8 or 9 to go for the first. Decision time as far as that Vardaman coaching staff goes.
6 on the play.
6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. Vardaman trails Weir by a score of 7-0. Melvin Pierce checks in, replacing John Harden for the Rams. Vardaman definitely in 4-down territory here. They will be going for it. Fourth and about 8 to go, as I mentioned, or 7 or 8. Operating from Lion territory around the 28-yard line. Brian West puts a lone set back in the backfield. Pass on the near side is caught by Armstrong. Is at the 30. Is at the 25-yard line. He is still on his feet. He's going toward the end zone. Touchdown, Vardaman. Touchdown, Rams. Odie Armstrong made the grab and just tightrope it down the near sideline into the end zone. Odie Armstrong, the senior 210-pounder, gets Vardaman on the board.
I'll tell you where the mistake was that time by Weir. You don't push Odie Armstrong out of bounds. That's almost like a wall there for Odie. He's not going to go out of bounds unless he puts it in his head himself to run the ball out of bounds. As you saw the Weir defender try to push him out of bounds that time. But as I said, you know, it's going to take more than that to stop Odie.
And Mitchell, that looks like a lateral to me, so I'm going to give Odie 28 yards on the pickup.
Great TD scamper on the part of Odie Armstrong. Guerrero on to attempt the PAT. Is up, and it's true. Penalty marker down. Could be roughing the kicker call as well. But the way to get the official ruling on the field. Guerrero adds the exclamation point to tie it up. It's Vardaman 7, Weir 7 with 6 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Let's take you sideline with Don and Bill. Take it away, guys.
Roughing the kicker. Extra point is good. 6:05 remaining second quarter. Weir line 7. Vardaman around 7. To the 27 yards.
6 minutes and 5 seconds remaining to be played in the first half of play. And we're not at 7. It's Vardaman 7, Weir 7. Wait, Ken.
Summary on that drive, 7 plays, 66 yards, and Vardaman had to overcome 2 procedure penalties and a 3rd and 25 situation.
They're going to amass the roughing the kicker call on the extra point here on the kickoff, I think. We'll have to wait and see what's going on.
Great call there on fourth down by Coach Bray. A little swing pass, put 3 wide receivers to the right, swung it out to Odie Armstrong, who went the distance, 27 yards for the touchdown to put the Rams on top, or tie the football game up 7-7 now. And, you know, upstairs, Weir's dominated the defensive front so far, but the Rams seem to finally be finding some holes in that defense. We'll take a break and be back with more after this.
45-yard line.
You know, Mitchell, right here it could be a place where you can take a chance of maybe getting an onside kick. You know, you have it where you can take it, either kick it deep, put them on the 20, or either try to take a little sky kick and maybe be able to get the ball back in good territory.
I agree with you 100%. Adam, it's going to be an excellent time for an onside kick attempt. Let's see if head coach Mark Blaine staff have the same line of thinking going on the sideline there. This is Tony Shaw with the ball teed up. Back deep to receive the kick for the Lions will be Pratt, as well as Nance. Tony Shaw approaches the ball, and the kick is away. It's going to sail into the end zone. And they're going to call an automatic touchback there. Although Larry Miller wanted to return it, officials immediately signaled touchback. So The Lions will be in business, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
One of the positives you got to look at it with this is that being at the 20-yard line is Weir's worst field position of the night.
That's true. They have maintained excellent field position on the kickoffs and punt returns as well. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 20.
You know, this is what we expect out of this team. Both of these guys right here have a decent defensive struggling ball game. Then one team just get a spark every once in a while on an offensive play. So right here, you know, this could be your score for a while.
Hoskins with the option on the left side. One to pitch it back, no one to pitch it to. Is hammered down on the 20-yard line. Good open field stop on the part of Jason Mims. Mims is a sophomore 185-pounder. Bring up your 2nd down here and about 9 to go for the first. We'll give him 1 on the previous carry.
Tell you what, Weir was a fingertip away that time for just a terrible play for him. He looked like he's going to try to option it off, and at the last second, the guy that's containing the quarterback stepped in front of the outside man. So if he would have pitched that one, it would have been batted down for a fumble, and that could have been terrible as you saw Odie Armstrong come flying in there. So right there was a tough break for the Vardaman Rams. That did not happen.
Hoskins sets a 2-man eye in the backfield. Goes to your tailback off the right side. Larry Miller with a carry. Strong running as far as Miller is concerned, but he's going to get a minimal gain on the carry of a couple. Should bring up your 3rd down here. 3rd down and about 7 to go for the first.
Larry Miller, you're about
2 in the previous carry.
Once again, Springer on the tackle. I'll tell you what, he's done a great job tonight. He's really getting to the ball well and been able to bring the guy down as his gained it 2. So it's a ball on the 23-yard line, and Mitchell right here is a big possession down for Weir. And right now, if you're a Vardaman fan, you want the Rams to really step up to the occasion right now.
Absolutely, passing down situation for the Lions. 3rd and long, operating from their own end of the football field around the 23-yard line. Hoskins does want to throw. Passes away, and it's going to be caught. Great grab on the part of Nance. He's got 1st down yardage, bumped out of bounds around the 47-yard line. Great grab and run on a part of Nance. He's a running back, 5'9", 165. John Harden with the tackle for the Rams. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for Weir.
Yeah, that's just a good solid play that time by Weir, just let the guys commit. Then just throw a toss out and let's see what he can get after that. Unfortunately for the Vardaman Rams, he's able to pick up the 1st down, a lot of real estate after that.
These Weir Lions very impressive here so far in the first half tonight. We're at 4:35 in the 2nd quarter. Give goes to the 1st man through. This is Nance with a carry right side. He's going to pick up a couple. Denley with the stop defensively for the Rams. And Ryan Springer had a hand in the stop as well. Bring up your 2nd down and about 7 to go. We'll give him 3 on the previous carry.
2nd down, 8. For the Lions at the Ram 40.
That will be the 7th carry for Nance tonight for 31 yards. Hoskins has 4 carries, 33 yards. Number 6, Pratt, has 3 carries for 17 yards, including that 13-yard touchdown run, and Miller has 3 carries for 16 yards.
2nd down facing the Lions here, operating from Vardaman territory, close to the 45-yard line. Here goes to your tailback. This is Miller with the carry. It's hit hard in there around the 43 and driven back by a host of Ram defenders. That'll bring up your 3rd down here. Pick up of a couple at best. Bring up your 3rd down. We'll call it about 6 to go for the first.
Larry Miller, your ball carrier, stopped by Trent Edmondson along with Jason Mims.
Clock winding down. 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the first half of play, 2nd quarter. We're knotted at 7. It's Vardaman 7, Weir 7. 2nd round of the North Half Class 1A state playoffs. Winner of tonight's contest advances on to the North Half Championship next Friday night. Quarterback with the option on the right side. He's got the speed as Hoskins. He tries to get outside. It's going to be wrestled out of bounds. Good open field stop as far as John Harden is concerned for the Rams. Could not turn the corner thanks to Harden. He was one of our co-MVPs last Friday night, Adam. And an outstanding game then. He's having a pretty good game here tonight as well. Like a 4th down here and about 4 for Weir.
Exactly. If Harden gets his hands on you, he's not going to let go. It's almost like he's got super glue on him. And, you know, if he gets you in his sights, he's going to take and pop you one good one. We saw him doing that all last week. And tonight, as you said, he's having another good ball game as it's going to be 4th down and, as you said, about 4 to go.
And Harden retreats back to receive the punt for the Rams. Curtis back to boot it away for the Lions. Gets the shank off the right side of his foot. It's going to sail out of bounds around inside the 30 of Vardaman. So the Rams will be in business, 1st and 10 from inside their 30-yard line with an even 3 minutes showing remaining in the first half of play.
Rams take over.
Some more on tonight's fine sponsors. They will include Grisani Rebel Motors in Oxford, Classic Exteriors, Professional Vinyl Siding in Houston, Calhoun Apparel Incorporated, Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma, Fred's Pharmacy in Vardaman, TDS Telecom Incorporated, Calhoun City. Treasurer's Jewelry in Oxford Mall. Custom Coverage Insurance in Bruce. Bonnie's Pageant Formal Wear, Bruce. Bucks One Stop in Calhoun City. Hunter's Hollow in Oxford. Weyerhaeuser Company in Bruce. Kelwood Company, Kelwood Factory Outlet, Calhoun City. And the Gold Exchange on Calhoun City. First and 10 will go the Rams around their own 34-yard line. West fakes the pitch sweep, puts the ball up in the air, trying to go to Travis Pratt. Couldn't catch up with it. Pratt was pretty well defended back there as well on the part of Shamad Hoskins. He's a DB defensively, 5'7", 143-pounder.
With that incompletion, I have West 4 completions and 7 attempts for a total of 29 yards. Vardaman thus far, a total offense, they have 109 yards, 80 of that by rushing, 29 by the pass.
Second down facing the Rams, and once again 10 yards to go. They stop the clock with the incomplete pass at 2:53 remaining in the first half. West sits an offset two-man eye in the backfield. Pitch sweep on the near side going to Greg Horton. Horton trying to find a block. He's hammered down around the 35. Minimal gain on that carry of a yard or 2.
Greg Horton, your ball here.
We'll bring up your third down here for Vardaman. And we'll call it 8 to go for the first.
I'll tell you what, if Vardaman would use a hard count, it looks like they go Ware's looking up and shooting a guy up and sort of splitting in there, timing out the count. So if Vardaman can use a hard count and draw the guys offside, you know, that could be a cheap 5 yards to go, but anything you can pick up, move the ball up the field, get you closer to your own end zone is a positive either way you look at it.
That's an excellent idea, Adam. I've noticed the same thing as far as some guys firing off the line early on the defensive front for Weir. It'll be third down here, possession play facing the Rams. Brian West sits a lone setback in the backfield, loads the trips to the left side. Pass on the left side is going to be incomplete, intended for Melvin Pierce. I'm afraid we're going to have some offensive backfield early motion. Yeah, Ken, what do you think?
It looks like another procedure penalty, number 7 of the night.
And that's a no-no. That's illegal procedure against the Rams. A penalty is declined on the part of the Lions. We'll bring up a fourth down punting situation for Vardaman. Fourth down and about 8 yards to go for the first.
Yeah.
I would think that's a pretty smart move on Ware's part, Adam, as far as declining that penalty goes, because you give Vardaman another shot at third down, they're liable to convert for a first down. You never know.
Exactly. With this type of offense, you want to take and get the ball back as soon as you can. You know, that's key for both these teams, keep each other's offense off the field. You know, as we have just over 2 minutes to go here, there's plenty of time for either one of these teams to score.
Odie Armstrong back to booted away for Vardaman. And Hoskins back to receive the kick. Ooh, what a punt on the part of Armstrong. Really sail this one's going to hit around the 15-yard line. It's going to die there and be down. Let's call it the 16. Excellent kick on Armstrong's part. And that'll put the Lions in business deep in their own territory around the 16-yard line.
Tell you what, that's an excellent punt by Odie that time. It's, of course, at a key time, too. You know, they had their backs against the wall and needed a good punt out of him and good coverage downfield. But that time, Odie really said, I'm just going to out-kick the return team that time, forget about coverage. And also, it just looked like a sort of little lob wedge that time, just sort of died right next to the 15-yard line. So good job by Odie that time.
Excellent punt on Armstrong's part. 1 minute, 53 seconds remaining in the first half of play. We're not at 7. First and 10 will go the Lions from their own 16-yard line.
But take nothing away from this line offense. You know, you also have to play defense. And this is a high-powered offense, as you see right there. As they try to turn it to the outside, no good, as Mims comes up for the tackle.
It was Miller with the carry offensively for the Lions. Miller's 5'10", 166-pounder.
Stop by Holloway along with me.
Pickup of about 3 yards on the carry, however. Bring up a second down here. We'll call it 7 to go for the first.
3, bring up second down, he's 7.
Jamon Hoskins re-enters the contest. He's been on the sideline discussing offensive options with the coaching staff over there. Coaching staff for the Weir Lions this year consists of Junior Graham, Chad White, Joey Tompkins, and Marion Kelly. Done a nice job this season at 11-1. It goes to the tailback off the right side, driving down the field.
Jamal Nance back here.
And on the stop for the Rams was Odie Armstrong.
John Mark Berry.
Bring up your
11 Ryan Springer.
third down here. And about 4 yards to go. Move the ball out over the 20 to around the 21, 22. Go ahead, Adam.
I'll tell you what, one thing Vardaman's doing, I notice here, whenever one guy wraps them up, they're coming in and going after the ball. Because these guys, once they get them wrapped up, they're not going for anywhere. And eventually that's going to make something happen. Cold night as it is, your hands are going to stay cold, and you're going to lose field of the football. So before the night, we might see some fumbles on Weir's part if Vardaman keeps on trying to strip the ball like they are.
Here goes the first man throw at the right side, trying to pick up the first down for the Lions. I think it's going to be stopped shy. However, a pretty good job defensively on Vardaman's part. Gang tackling going on there. And then we'll stop for the Rams was John Mark Berry, the 750-pounder. He's a senior. Bring up a 4th down here facing Weir. And what looks to be maybe 3 or 4 to go for the first. We'll call it 3. 4th and 3 facing Weir here.
Vardaman called a timeout there. The smart timeout call is 30 seconds up on the clock, and as we all know, that's plenty of time for Vardaman to score. We've seen him do it plenty of times this season, but of course not as the same competition as we are seeing tonight. But Vardaman just at least wants more strike at the end zone before they go into halftime.
The other thing about it too, Adam, is the deeper you get into playoff action, you know, the harder the competition is going to be each week. All the bad teams are back home playing basketball. There are no bad teams left in the Mississippi playoff picture at the high school level.
Exactly.
When we resume play, it will be 4th down here for Weir and about 3 yards to go. Back to kick it away for the Lions will be Curtis, and back to receive the kick for the Rams will be John Harden. And what we have here, official's going to stop the play. Penalty marker down. I didn't pick that one up. Ken, did you grab it? I didn't see it.
Well, it looked like Vardaman might have jumped offsides there.
Oh, my goodness. That'll give Weir a first down if they did so.
Exactly, that's what it was. I believe it was Mims jumping early on the other side, trying to go in for the block, and I believe that's what Vardaman had in the mind the whole way, was blocking it. But we'll see. Well, it looks like they're changing their idea here. We'll see what the official officially decides here if he was drawn offside. So we'll see what the officials cipher here. Both teams sort of fired up, and now everybody's crowding in and see what the call is.
Illegal procedure call against the Lions.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was wrong, and I'm glad I was. That's a great break that time for Vardaman. We've seen them block punts before this year, and they've gotten close tonight, so we might be able to see another one here. And that's going to be close, as I believe Weir is going to call a timeout.
I believe that may be their first here in the first half of play, or second. Vardaman has used 2 that I know of in the first half of play.
Well, total offense tonight is nothing to brag about really for either team other than several big plays. 146 yards of, or 143 yards of total offense for Weir, 113 of it by the pass, 30 by the run. I mean, I said it backward. 30 by the pass and 113 by the run. For Vardaman, they have 82 yards rushing, 29 passing. O.D. Armstrong tonight, excellent first half, 5 carries, 77 yards and a touchdown.
Very interesting to say the least. Vardaman's going to be, it looks as though it's going to be tied at the half, 7-7. We do have 30.7 seconds remaining in the first half. Adam, I haven't seen Vardaman in this kind of predicament all season long, except in the Smithville game. Actually, they were down by 2 touchdowns at halftime at Smithville.
Exactly, and as we said, this right here is what we come to expect. No bad teams left in the playoffs. As we are in punt formation once again, it's even dangerously. He's 2 yards away from his end zone, so if Vardaman can get a block here, it'd be huge.
Michael Curtis gets a good high snap down and gets the punt away. Rush was on. No one back to receive the kick and return as far as Vardaman goes. Going to be down around the 46-yard line.
Lions down the ball. Rams take over.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Vardaman from their own 46-yard line. They do have 22 seconds of operating time available in the half to try to get some more points on the scoreboard. I'm sure the Ram coaching staff would like nothing more than to get a touchdown or even a field goal to go in at the half with some sort of lead.
Well, number one priority is to protect the ball right now and not make one of those mistakes to take and go in that trailing down into halftime. Of course, as Vardaman team's not used to or not common of doing that, of course, I hope not to jinx them now that I've said that.
1st and 10, we'll go the Rams, operating from Weir territory from the 46. Brian West with the 2-man eye. Goes to Armstrong right side. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. Down the sideline, just hit hard in there, still on his feet, running down the field. Finally bumped out of bounds on the 25-yard line. Great hit on the part of O.D. Armstrong. He just put his shoulder down and ran over a would-be defender for the Lions. Plenty of room for a Vardaman first down. Chain crew will move the sticks.
And another key thing there, he got out of bounds and stopped the clock.
Exactly. The clock is stopped at 13.4 seconds remaining in the first half. Rams are getting dangerously close to Jose Guerrero's field goal capacity. They're down at the 25-yard line. Guerrero has hit some long field goals this season, and then almost perfect on his PATs. Not every time, but close to every time.
No, we talked about it before in the pregame. It could come down to this.
Oh, absolutely.
It's already in the ball game, but hey, 3 more extra bonus points before halftime could come in big on down the line. Of course, that's what we was talking about a while ago with O.D. Armstrong. If he don't want to go out of bounds, he will, and that time he just showed he ran over the guy, got out of bounds. We'll go to Ken for some quick stats.
I just want to let you know that O.D. just went over 100 yards on the night. He has 102 yards on 6 carries.
102 yards on 6 carries for Odie Armstrong. He's amazing, folks. He just keeps doing it Friday after Friday after Friday.
Of course, not like the Montgomery County display or clinic he put on,
Right.
but you have to credit Odie. You know, he's done it. He's done a great job this year, as long as all the other Rams. You know, everybody says whenever they think about the Rams, they think about Odie Armstrong, but you got to give credit to the freshman quarterback players like John Harden, and you have Pratt and Mims. This whole team, even the guys on the line, this whole team's really come out and they've really played well together, and that's the reason they're 12-0.
13.4 seconds remain to be played in the first half of play. Vardaman 7, Weir 7. Rams with possession, 1st and 10 from the Weir 25-yard line. Brian West puts a lone set back in the backfield, and Jason Mims, 2 wideouts to the left side, 1 to the right. West wants to throw left side, passes away, it's overthrown. Penalty marker down. Travis Pratt was the intended receiver. He was being held out there, I believe. So there'll be some little defensive pass interference, I would assume.
That's exactly what it is. The guy had him by the back of the helmet or the back of the collar. You know, I was sitting there, I was waiting for the official. I think the official was shocked that somebody actually do that, and as the flag was finally thrown.
That'll be a major assessment, I would think, maybe 15-yarder working against Weir here.
If that's the case, they will have 50 yards in penalties in the first half, and I know the Weir coaching staff will have to rectify that at halftime.
They will have several things to say about that in the locker room, no doubt.
Have a distance penalty against the Lions for pass interference.
They'll give the Rams a first down. The ball's going to be marked around the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 will go Vardaman. The clock is at 8.9 seconds remaining in the first half, second quarter. The Rams need to put it down. They're going to attempt the field goal, evidently. Tony Shaw on to attempt the field goal for the Rams. The hole will be at the 20 by Melvin Pierce. Snap is back, hold is down. The kick is up. He's got the distance, but he's wide right, no good.
No good.
Tony Shaw on to attempt the 30-yard field goal attempt for the Rams, wide right. Clock stopped at 8 ticks remaining in the first half of play. Let's go sideline with that field goal attempt to Don and Bill. Take it away, guys.
We'll be back with more of the game from Vardaman. Stay with us.
8 seconds remain to be played here in the first half of play. Weir will have possession, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Vardaman 7, Weir 7. Guys, we expected such coming in tonight. We knew the Weir Lions had an outstanding ball club coming in at 11-1. And, of course, we knew the Vardaman Rams were undefeated at 12-0. And it's just about what we expected it might be, 7-7 going in at the halftime intermission.
Yeah, and as they're running more time off the clock as they should have, because they didn't run the clock after the kick was gone, so that is respectable right there. They ran half the time off the clock, 4.5 seconds to go now left in here until halftime.
Quarterback Hoskins up under center. He goes to the first man throw. And this is going to be Nance with a carry. And that'll do it for the first half of play. The first half is history. Homestanding Vardaman Rams 7. The visiting Weir Lions 7. After one half of football from Carter Field. Ken, have you got any individual stats or anything you'd like to go over at halftime with us? You touched on them a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hoskins is 1 of 2 passing for the big 30-yard gainer to Nance. Hoskins also rushing 5 carries, 36 yards. Nance rushing 9 carries, 40 yards. Pratt carried the ball 5 times, 21 yards, and that 13-yard touchdown run. And Miller's carried the ball 4 times for 18 yards. Weir has a total of 149 yards of offense, 119 of it running, 30 of it passing. For Vardaman, they have a total of 132 yards of offense, have run 20 plays, 103 rushing, 29 passing. Individually for Vardaman, I've got West 4 of 8 passing for 29 yards. Armstrong 0 for 1 passing on the halfback pass. Pratt has caught 2 passes, 1 of 20 yards and 1 of 5. Armstrong caught a pass for no gain, and Harden caught a pass for 4 yards. West has been sacked 1 time for -4 yards. Armstrong, good night thus far. 6 carries, 102 yards, including a 28-yard touchdown run. Horton has carried only once tonight for 2 yards, and Mims has carried 3 times for 3 yards. Back to you, Mitchell.
Thank you very much, Ken Johnson, for those in-depth first half statistics. We are at the half. Your score is Vardaman 7, Weir 7. Let's go sideline now for some messages from Bill and Don. Take it away, guys.
Don Brooks down on the field here at halftime where your score 7-7. The Vardaman defense starting to take control a little bit. They've a couple of big plays has been all that Weir has been able to put together. Second half, look for Vardaman to put the ball in the air a little bit more. I think they can pass the ball over the top of this Weir defense. That defensive front for Weir is very strong, very big, but I think the Rams may be able to pass the ball on them in the second half. We'll see, and we'll take a break here and be back with the second half right after these messages. Back down on the field here at halftime, happy to be joined by Philip Pratt, former Vardaman Ram, who is now dressing out for the Northwest Rangers. And Philip, you guys had a great season this year. Unfortunately, a little probation kept you out of the playoffs, but a perfect season, 10-0.
Yes, so we had a good year and everything, and you know, we didn't get to make it to the playoffs or play for the state, but you know, everyone knows we still #1, and we're the best team in the United States.
You are playing wide receiver up at Northwest. How do you like it under Coach Bobby Franklin so far? This is your freshman year, and I know you're looking forward to playing a lot more next year.
Well, you know, I learned a lot, you know what I'm saying, but you know, I got more to do and to prove to everyone who I am, you know what I'm saying, and you know, just be a baller.
Well, how's it feel to come back here to Vardaman here for a big playoff game? I know you played in some tough ones here over the years against Smithville and some other folks, and pretty good football game here tonight.
Yes, sir. I hope we pull it off because, you know, I want to see them go to Jackson this year so I can go down there with them. But, it's going to be a tough one, though. It's going to be a tough.
It'd be great, and Philip, we want to wish you success up at Northwest, and good luck next year.
You too. See y'all.
Welcome back to Carter Field for the exciting second half of play. We're knotted at 7. It's Vardaman 7, Weir 7. Second round of the North Half Class 1A State Playoffs. This is Mitchell Johnson along with Ken Johnson, Adam Gore, Don Brooks, and Bill Morgan. Don and Bill are sideline giving you some commentary from the sideline angle view camera. Back deep to receive the second half kick for the Rams will be Travis Pratt as well as Greg Horton, and the second half is underway. Immediately downing the ball will be Jonathan Denley, left side, on a relatively short kick by Weir. Rams will be in business, 1st and 10 with the first offensive series of the second half of play from their own 37, 38-yard line.
You know, probably key right now in this ball game is that missed field goal right before halftime for Vardaman. You know, if they could have got that to go in and able to establish something here on offense, that could have been huge for the Rams. But either way it goes, your score is, as you said, 7-7, just starting off here in this second half as Vardaman takes over.
Rams break huddle and work their way up with the first play of the first offensive play of the second half of play. Weir showing about a 5-man front defensively with a 3-man linebacker core, 53 defense for the Lions as Brian West sets an offset 2-man eye in the backfield, wide out split left and right. West with a give to Armstrong. Trying to get outside the 40. Stiff arms that would-be tackler is bumped out of bounds around the 47, 48-yard line. Defensive stop was made by Fred Parrish. Defensive back, 5'9", 170. Pickup of about 9 yards on the carry off first down for Armstrong. But a second down situation here for Vardaman and about 1 to go for the first.
Well, you know, Odie started off slow and he's starting to look like the Odie we're used to seeing, able to use his strength, stiff-arming people and get to the outside and picking up pretty good yardage. As you said there, game 9, as with officials stopping play, we'll see what we have here.
Some of tonight's fine sponsors that are bringing you Vardaman Ram playoff action include N&W Farms, growers and shippers of sweet potatoes. That's Larry Nelson and Randall Wright at 682-7961. Bancorp South right here in Vardaman. Don McCarver and staff ready and able to serve you. That's Bancorp South here in Vardaman. Tri-State Termite and Pest Control in Calhoun City. Their number there is 628-6837. That's Tri-State Termite and Pest Control, Calhoun City. Mount Supermarket in Vardaman. Ward Shortstop Vardaman, Farm Bureau Insurance in Calhoun City and Bruce, and Union Planters Bank in Calhoun City and Irma. Ken's indicating a little short, I think, and that will be the case, but about a yard to go. Second and about 1 to go for the Rams, operating from their own 47, 48-yard line.
Yeah, I believe the officials say this ball game is going to be so tight they just want to get an accurate mark on that as they bring the ball all the way back to the middle of the field. They know So that time really wasn't, no doubt in my mind, that it wasn't going to be close to a first down. Just officials getting an accurate mark for Vardaman as they come up over the ball with West still in as your quarterback.
Tony Shaw comes in replacing Melvin Pierce for the Rams. He split wide to the right side. Wide to the left side will be Travis Pratt. Rams are showing an offset two-man eye in the backfield, and the Weir Lions are showing a 4-4 defensive alignment defensively. West up under center. Give goes the first man through. This is going to be Jason Mims with a carry. First down, Vardaman. Ball is loose on the field. Let's see what the officials rule here. Who will have possession? Rams will maintain possession, I think, will be the case. As Jason Mims gets the necessary yardage to justify a Vardaman first down. Shank remove the sticks, and the Rams will have a fresh set of four to operate with here. Now moving the ball into Lion territory around the 48. Clock is on the move at 11:33 and counting in the third.
Vardaman's doing a good job of just eating up ground and moving the ball downfield chunk by chunk.
West resets his offensive line here as Ryan Springer moves from right tight end to left tight end. Give goes to Odie Armstrong on the left side. Minimal gain on the carry, penalty marker down. I believe we have a defensive player making a little aggressive move there, a little too early that time, Ken. What do you think?
Looks like if they don't call procedure, it'll be across the line.
Offsides against Weir.
And that will be penalty number 7 on the night for Weir for 52 yards.
Lions racking up the penalty yardage here tonight, as Ken just pointed out. Still be first down for Vardaman, but with 5 now to go for another first.
You know, Mitchell, that's what we talked about earlier. If Vardaman can sort of offset their count every once in a while, catch Weir cheating up, which they're doing very successfully, and getting back in the backfield and stopping Odie and getting back to Mills in the backfield. That time they did a good job just sort of checking up for a second and drawing Weir off sides.
1st and 5 facing Vardaman here, although it looks as though more like 1st and 6. It's supposed to be 1st and 5, I would think, for the Rams. Same offensive set. Weir's putting about 5 men across the defensive front now. 3 linebackers in there. Going to go man-to-man coverage defensively. Out of the straight eye now. Ball is fumbled on the ground. Rams will maintain possession. Penalty marker in the offensive backfield. A little pushing and shoving going on here. Temper starting to flare just a bit here in the third. Illegal procedure against Vardaman. So the illegal procedure call, first of all, going against the Lions, now going against the Rams. They'll offset each other. And when all is said and done, it still should be 1st and 10.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, that's one thing Odie don't want to do right now. He wants to keep his head in the ball game. You know, Odie lets his temper get flared up, and you know, he might get tossed out along with another Weir player, but you have to think if Odie gone, that's going to be able to free up the defense and focus, spread out there and not have to focus on him as much. So right now, Vardaman wants to keep their head in the ball game.
Excellent point, Adam. 1st and 10, we'll go to the Rams from the Weir 49. Clock is at 10:16 and counting in the third quarter. Give goes to Armstrong left side. He's at the 50, being chased and finally gang tackled around the 48-yard line. Great defensive pursuit. On the part of the Lions, and on the stop for Weir was Roderick Forrest, linebacker, 5'6", 174-pounder. To limit the carry to 1 yard on the pickup. Excuse me. Bring up a second down here for Vardaman and 9 to go for the first.
Exactly. As Odie fought for what little bit of yardage he got that time. Took 2 good shots that time at the end of the play, or as he was going down. So Weir really attacking the ball as we saw start off the first half of the ball game. So Vardaman right now is suck it up and get some kind of offensive momentum going back their way.
This Weir crowd is into it across the way. I'm sure you're able to pick up in the background. 2nd and 9 facing the Rams here from the Weir 48. West with a fake, wants to throw. Quick pass is caught on the part of Jason Mims, taken down around the 38-yard line. Great run after the catch on the part of Jason Mims. He came up lame, however, favoring his right ankle, I believe. Up close to first down yardage. That will be a first down as the chain crew will move the sticks.
Yeah, it looked like Mills just committed to running over the guy that time. If he might have just kept his head up and thought the guy was going to drop down to his knees, try to take him out, he might have been able to just take and go around and pick up maybe an initial 4 or 5 yards and keep from taking that just a little bit of a lick to the knee as he just took then.
Ball is resting around the Weir 37-yard line. 1st and 10 Vardaman from that point. Wideouts left and right. Offset 2-man eye in the backfield. Weir's putting about a 4-man front in there defensively. Pitch sweep left side going to Armstrong, trying to pick up a block. He is going to be hit in the offensive backfield and hammered down. And once again, great defensive pursuit on the part of that Lion defense, stringing it out. And on the stop for Weir is going to be Henson, I think.
I'll tell you what, credit number 35 that time for Weir.
Steve Lane had a hand on the stop defensive tackle for Weir as well.
He threw the two guys, one of the linemen that was pulling that time out to block. He just simply threw him out of his way and got to Armstrong in the backfield. So credit number 35 that time for Weir of doing a great job able to get to the ball.
Second down facing Vardaman here, about 17 to go for the first. Rams working from the Weir 45, 46-yard line. Offsides call is going to be charged against Weir. Roderick Forrest got in there a little too early, I think, for the Lions. Trying to anticipate the snap count, as Adam pointed out a moment or two ago. Offsides call against Weir.
You know, they've done it every time during the first quarter. You know, that's something Coach Bray probably picked up on and said, give them a hard count on set or something like that. Just make them come on over and pick up 5 cheap yards. So now instead of being second down 17, it's now second down and
about 12.
About 12 to go for the Rams.
That'll mark the ball close to the Weir 40. We're at 7:36 and counting in the third quarter. We're knotted at 7. Vardaman 7, Weir 7. Exciting playoff action coming your way this evening from Carter Field in Vardaman. Give goes to Odie Armstrong, runs over a would-be tackler, still on his feet. Driving down the field inside the 30-yard line will go Odie Armstrong. Finally brought down by a couple of Weir defenders. Among them was Steve Lane, once again, defensive tackle, 6'1", 192. Great run on Armstrong's part. First down for Vardaman.
I'll tell you what, whoever number 12 is for Weir that time, you know, he just saw number 9, and that's all he saw after that. I don't know what kind of shoes Odie's wearing, but I'm pretty sure the defender could tell you that time is Odie would not be denied and just ran through him like I was out there trying to tackle Odie.
Tony Shaw checks in, replacing Melvin Pierce for the Rams. He split wide to the right side. West with a give to Odie Armstrong. He is hit and hammered down. Great defensive penetration on the part of Jamal Nance, linebacker, 5'9", 165. Nance did a great job that time getting in the opposite backfield and putting a lick on Odie Armstrong.
I'll tell you what, Odie's been taking a lot of hard licks and he's not used to taking. You know, you think that has to wear on Odie. It's 13th game of the season. You know, nagging injuries throughout the whole season. It's going to be just building up and just, you know, only one person can take so many hard licks, and Odie's took his share tonight.
Absolutely. Bring up a second down here for Vardaman, and again, 10 to go for the first from around the Weir 28-yard line. West with a give this time to Greg Horton, left side. He's going to be hit and hammered down the backfield as well. And this time you can credit Michael Curtis for the stop defensively. Linebacker, 5'10", 186. Great job on his part.
I'll tell you what, what's happening now is Mims out of the ball game, so that's got to move Odie up to the fullback position, which is really sort of throwing them out. We're not used to seeing the Horton and Armstrong in the backfield, as Horton is, I believe that's him checking out the ball game. So Mims did come back in. So right now it's lost to 9, so it's going to be third down and 19 to go for the Rams.
Clock's under 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter, 5:49 to be exact, and the clock is on the move. 7-7 your score. Exciting playoff action here tonight. Brian West puts Odie Armstrong in motion out of the backfield, going to the left side. Penalty marker down in the defensive secondary. Could be a delay of game call. I'm not sure.
Delay of game against the Rams.
That will be the call.
I tell you what, that's a quick delay of game call that time. You know, that's sort of the first time we've seen that tonight. And as we said, it's sort of quick that time, but the official did make the call, so that's what the call is. 5-yard penalty. And once again, as we said a while ago, third down and 24, something we not say that often about Vardaman.
This whole season, that's exactly right. Third and long.
One of the things that's really interesting is that Vardaman has 114 yards rushing. Odie Armstrong has 117.
My word. West with the spiral pass. He's got a man there and it's caught. Great grab on the part of Travis Pratt. Pratt is knocked out of bounds, just shy of the goal line, around the 5-yard line, I think. Great over-the-shoulder grab on the part of Travis Pratt, wide receiver 160. He's a senior.
I'll tell you what, give it West right there. I'll tell you what, you cannot find this freshman. You can't tell me there's a freshman around here that can throw a better pass than that.
I don't know many seniors that can throw a better pass than that, Adam. I'll tell you what, just a great timing pattern. West has put it out there, and Pratt ran under it, made the grab for a big pickup on the pass play. Be first and goal now for the Rams from the 5-yard line of Weir. This Vardaman crowd's into it. I'm sure you're able to pick up in the background here. First and 5 for the TD for the Rams. Vardaman knocking on the door here. Brian West up under center. Give goes to Odie Armstrong, left side. He's got running room. He's at the 2. He's at the 1. Touchdown, Vardaman. Touchdown, Rams. Odie Armstrong got the call left side and just fought his way into the end zone with 6 more up on the board for Vardaman.
You know, that's one thing we're accustomed to seeing right there is Odie Armstrong for the touchdown. You know, something we got used to saying all year. You know, and Odie right now, these guys got to be careful. Got to get them off the field. A little excessive celebrating over there, taunting the fans across Weir's side. You know, and that's one thing you don't really like to see. Even if you are a fan of Vardaman football, if you're a fan of high school football, you just really don't like to see that.
Well, Coach Mark Bray is telling Odie about it right now on the sideline. Extra point pending, and the extra point attempt is partially blocked. Not successful. Great block on the part of the special teams for the Lions. 13-7 will be your score.
Guys, very impressive opening drive for Vardaman. They took the opening kickoff of the second half, and with 5:16 to go, that makes almost 7 minutes that they kept the ball moved from their own 38, which will be a 62-yard drive. On that play, on that drive, O.D. Armstrong ended up with 20 yards rushing, total 20 yards rushing, and again they used 10 plays, 62 yards, and almost 7 minutes. So a very impressive opening second half drive for Vardaman.
Absolutely. Let's go sideline quickly to Bill and Don.
Back down here on the field. Great way to open the second half. Vardaman able to put together a 6-minute, 44-second drive to open the second half, and a missed extra point, but they're up 13-7. Able to mix the pass and the run that time. The big play on that drive, the pass down the sidelines to Travis Pratt. Back upstairs to Mitchell and Ken after this break.
Pratt back deep to receive the kick for the Lions. Deep back, and the kick is away. Relatively short kick this time. This is going to be Hoskins on a return, trying to find a block at the 30-yard line, trying to get outside, and does so momentarily anyway. He's hit hard in there, still on his feet, finally gang tackled by a host of Ram special team defenders.
On the return, stopped by Edmondson.
We're going to get the ball out over the 30 to around the 31, 32, 33-yard line.
There's a flag on the play. The official, I believe, is going to be against Weir. He threw it straight down at the Weir player that was on the ground, and that is going to be it. Penalty goes against Weir. I believe it's unsportsmanlike conduct. I really wasn't sure, didn't pick up on that time.
We'll see here what the official ruling will be field level.
1st and 10. Lions for their own 32-yard line.
Penalty yardage has not been assessed as of yet. Now it's about to be marched off.
Penalty flag on the play.
Be a 15-yard assessment against Weir. They'll mark the ball back around the 16, 17-yard line. Personal foul against the Lions.
Well, guys, that'll give Weir 9 penalties, 72 yards.
I'll tell you what, remember this possession right here. Whatever Vardaman does defensively, this could be your big possession of the ball game.
Hoskins up under center, 2 men eye in the backfield, wide out split wide to the left side. Hoskins will give the tailback off the right side, trying to find daylight, nowhere to go. Is hammered down by a host of Rams. Armstrong leading the charge defensively.
Gain of 1 on the play, bring up 2nd down 9.
Pick up of 1 yard on the play, and on the stop also for Vardaman will be John Mark Berry, senior 250-pounder. 2nd and 9 facing the Lions here. Temperature is starting to dip quite a bit here up on top of the press box booth at Carter Field. We're in the third quarter, 4.5 minutes remaining, and the clock is on the move. Hoskins wants to throw, penalty marker down in the offensive backfield, being chased and bumped out of bounds, but not until he generated enough yardage, I think, to justify a Lion first down.
Illegal motion against the Lions that time, and they're going even further back. You know, they're going the wrong way right now, Mitchell.
That was a good run on the Hoskins' part, quarterback for the Lions, making something out of nothing that time, but we have a penalty marker down, working against Weir, as Adam pointed out a moment or two ago. Officials are discussing Vardaman's options right here with Tony Shaw, defensive captain, on the field. Illegal motion against the Lions. They're going to mark that ball back, I think, to around the 13-yard line.
5-yard penalty.
The 2nd down here for Weir, and about 13 or 14 to go for the first. Clock has stopped with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Vardaman 13, Weir 7. Hoskins out of the 2-man eye. It goes to the tailback left side. Rough, tough running yards that time for Jamal Nance. Running back, 5'9", 165-pounder.
Springer along with Trent Edmondson.
You know, I think right now Weir's just going to try to get a little room, give the punter a little breathing room, see if they can punt the ball, turn it back over to their defense. But right now, Vardaman holds the game in their hand. You know, if they can hold them back here and sort of pin them deep and not let them get any big plays out, pick up a first down, you know, you could think they could take a chance of trying to block a punt and get it in return in the end zone.
Good point, Adam. Clock is winding down now, under 4 minutes remaining in the third. Hoskins up under center. Hoskins will give the first man through. A little daylight there. It's quickly closed as he is dropped by a couple of Ram defenders. It's going to be Mitch Miller, I think, with a carry for Weir.
Mitch Miller, your ball carrier.
Now Mitchell, it's fourth down, so decision-making time. I believe right now with the field position you're going to come out with, you chance it right here and go for the block.
Well, good point, Adam. I would think that might be correct. Punt block may be on, as you mentioned. John Harden back to receive the punt for Vardaman, the anticipated punt around the midfield stripe. And back to boot it away for the Lions will be Michael Curtis, 5'10", 186-pounder. Curtis awaits a snap back. It's a good snap back and gets the kick away. Looks like a sideline bounce and roll out of bounds around 37-38. And we have a little skirmish there around the 45-yard line. No love lost between these two teams here tonight, folks. No question about that.
I think I'm sort of picking up on what Weir's trying to do. You know, they're not sending out any other player from Vardaman except for Odie. You know, they're thinking, well, hey, if we can't stop him, we can get him out of the ball game, he's stopped.
Right.
So you see everybody after every play, they're going for Odie. Either it's on offense after he runs the ball, after he blocks, or either on defense after he makes a tackle. So Coach Bray really needs to get him out of the ball game, talk to him right now and say, look, you know, you're going to be one of our keys on offense, so we need you in the ball game more than we need you on the sideline.
Exactly. First and 10, we'll go to the Rams with excellent field position from the Weir 38. Clock shows 2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Vardaman 13, Weir 7. West working with the two-man eye, wideouts left and right. Here goes the first man through, and Jason Mims. Mims with a minimal gain on the pickup of 2 or 3 yards of rough, tough running yards for Jason Mims. Mims is a running back, a sophomore, 185-pounder. Bring up your second down situation here for Vardaman, and about 7 to go for the first.
Well, Odie is checking back into the ball game. I'm pretty sure that's what Coach Bray told him on the sideline. Keep your head about you, you know. Don't get frustrated and go out here and just try to mess up. You know, right now we're leading this ball game 13-7. We want to take an add to it. And, you know, it's just going to take a total team effort. Everybody keeping their head in the ball game. The officials right now really got a time on their hands trying to keep this ball game in control.
Ball is marked at the Weir 35-yard line. Armstrong with the carry on the right side. Nowhere to go. He's hit by a Weir wall. And a nice game tackling going on as far as the Lions go. Bring up your third down here for the Rams. And about 8 to go for the first. We'll give them a loss of 1 on the previous carry. 3rd and 8 facing Vardaman here. Ball is marked back to the Weir 36-yard line. You know, checking out will be Melvin Pierce, replaced by Tony Shaw.
Well, one play we hadn't seen Vardaman run in a while that we're used to seeing him run is that little jump out pass in the flats to the fullback. You know, that's been a successful play and really picked up a lot of real estate. But you have to look right now, look for that play right now if you're a Weir defender.
Brian West puts a man in motion out of the backfield and Odie Armstrong going to the left side. West wants to throw over the middle. Pass is caught. Great grab on the part of Jonathan Denley. Denley's finally tracked down around the 17-yard line. Great grab and run on the part of Jonathan Denley. He is tight end, 190-pounder. He's a junior. Plenty of room for a Ram first down. Move the sticks.
That was a great possession that time by Vardaman. You know, that's a player they had not went to all night. He was wide open. And Denley did a smart thing that time. He felt the guy come around trying to knock the ball down. You notice he didn't get tackled. He went straight down to his knees. He was down, so therefore it couldn't be a fumble.
Melvin Pierce re-enters the game, replacing Tony Shaw. They're alternating virtually every other play. First and 10 from the 16 of Weir. West with the give to Armstrong, right side. Being chased, reverses his course, in trouble, trying to find a block. He's hit by his own player in the backfield and hammered down for a major loss on that carry. Brian West, the quarterback, trying to help out with the running play, inadvertently got in Armstrong's way, and Odie had nowhere to go.
I tell you what, Brian West might have been the one that stopped the play that time. Looked like Odie did a good job of cutting back course and sort of catching all the Weir players getting their momentum going the other way. But either way it goes, Odie just tried to make something happen that time. And unfortunately for the Rams, they couldn't do it as have a little confusion on the Rams' part right now.
Loss of 8 on the play, bring up second down 18.
That's a second down at 18 to go.
Clock is at 7 seconds and counting, so this they're going to just run the clock out here in the third quarter of play. 2, 1, and the third quarter is history. It's Vardaman 13, Weir 7 after 4 quarters of play. Let's take you sideline with Don and Bill. Take it away, fellas.
Vardaman on top right now, 13-7. The defense is really playing well. You can see some of the hard hitting going on out here, and there's been a little bit of scuffles out on the field here in the third quarter, but Vardaman's defense has really stood up tall, and if they can put some points on the board here, it would really be big here going into the fourth quarter. Let's take a break. Be back with more Ram football here on TV 7, TV 34. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Carter Field. We're about set to start the exciting fourth quarter of action. It's Vardaman 13, Weir 7. Here's Ken Johnson.
Well, come back to me, Mitchell, because we're about to start the play. I was going to give you some stats.
All right. Second down situation facing Vardaman here, operating from the Weir 25-yard line. Here goes to Armstrong on the left side. He's tripped up in the backfield, maintains his balance, takes a hit, takes several hits, and finally down around 26. Rough, tough running yards there for Odie Armstrong. He's being focused on here tonight by that Weir defense. No question about that. They're keying on Odie. Be a loss on the carry. Bring up a third down here for Vardaman.
You know, something I'd like to see Vardaman try all of a sudden, since they are keying on Odie, as you said, just a little quick tuck in, a little play action pass there, see right out to turn around to the flats. See how well that'll turn out for Vardaman.
Exactly. 3rd and 18 facing the Rams here. They break huddle and work their way up to the line of scrimmage. West's going to set that split backfield formation, 2-man set. It's going to be an end around play. On the right side, trying to get outside will be Travis Pratt, unable to do so. Good lateral pursuit on the part of the Lions. And there with a stop defensively for Weir will be the Mule Mitchell. Official timeout on the field. An injured player down for the Rams. Try to pick out a number for you.
It's going to be number 52.
Possibly Chris Pennick, senior 220-pounder. Ken, you got any stats ready for us yet?
Yeah, at the end of the quarter, Vardaman had a total of 208 yards of offense, 95 passing, 113 rushing, so very balanced out. Odie Armstrong continues to have a good night, 2 touchdowns on the night, 15 carries, 113 yards. His totals have gone up and down. Very impressive. Travis Pratt has 3 catches, one of 20 yards, one of 5, and one of 37 yards.
Chris Penny being assisted off the field. I'm sorry, Ken, to interrupt your statistics there. I don't know if you're finished or not.
Well, just one thing that was kind of interesting about the third quarter was the fact that Weir had the ball one time, they went 3 and out.
One time in the whole third quarter of play. Very interesting point there. Chris is being assisted off the field by 2 of the managers there, gingerly favoring a leg or a knee area. Maybe it's going to be okay. Certainly hope so. Rams will have possession. It'll be 4th down for Vardaman. And again, about 18 or 19 to go for the first. I think in 4-down territory here, Adam, no choice. You got to go for it here.
Exactly. This is where it's part of the ball game where it's either going to make or break you. And Vardaman's defense has been playing good against this Weir offense, and so Vardaman's going to chance it here and go for it.
West puts a lone setback in the backfield in Jason Mims. West wants to throw left side. Ball is in the air, way down the field. He's got a man there, fought for. What do we have? Incomplete. Intended for Travis Pratt. Pratt was pretty well defended back there as well. Could not come down with a grab. That'll be a turnover on downs as Weir will take over 1st and 10 going the other way here. Pretty good defensive coverage that time, Adam.
Mitchell, how huge would that have been right there? I believe we probably would have got blown off this press box if that was completed by the Vardaman fans.
Yeah, I agree. These exuberant Vardaman fans will have torn this side of Carter Field down. No question about that. They have been excited all season long, and these magnificent, undefeated Vardaman Rams have really given them something to be excited about in this 2000 campaign.
Credit to them for still being here. You know, it's getting rather colder and colder as we go, and none of them's left yet. They're all here until the duration.
There's a lot of fans here tonight, folks. I see vehicles parked all around the stadium here. 1st and 10 for Weir. He goes on the left side. Major pickup on the carry on the left sideline over there by a Weir running back. Cedric Pratt, running back, 5'7", 145-pounder. Bring up your second down here, which will be about 3 to go for the first. Give him 7 on the previous carry.
Yeah, looks like they just took a page out of Vardaman's playbook that time, just pitched outside, so what they can pick up.
7. Bring up second down at 3 for the Lions.
Clock is at 10:25 in the fourth quarter of play. Vardaman leads Weir by a score of 13-7. Jamon Hoskins, your starting signal caller, is going the distance here tonight up under center. Hoskins with a misdirection inside give. Up to Nance with the carry. Could be enough yards for a first down. From here, it looks as though he probably got it. All according to the spot of the ball, of course. We have a Vardaman defender a little slow about getting up. Has not gotten up yet. Still on the field, on the ground.
And there was a penalty against Weir that time, I believe, illegal procedure or a false start once again.
I think this might be Greg Horton checking up on the play. I'm not sure.
Penalty on the play.
I believe it's going to be Springer, number 8, shaking up on the play that was in on the tackle.
Okay, you may be right, Adam. I'm not sure either. We'll have to wait and see. Unable to pick up a number for sure from this distance. I know it's not Horton, as I mentioned earlier. I see Horton on his feet, so it's not him. It may be Springer, as you mentioned, Ryan Springer, the injured player for the Rams.
They're doing an ankle check on him, Mitchell.
While we have the opportunity, let's go over the list of this evening's fine sponsors. They include NW Farms, growers and shippers of sweet potatoes. Larry Nelson and Randall Wright, 682-7961. Bancorp South in Vardaman. Don McCarver and staff anxious to serve you at Bancorp South here in Vardaman. Tri-State Termite Pest Control of Callan City at 628-6837. Mount Supermarket here in Vardaman. Ward Shortstop, Farm Bureau Insurance, Callan City and Bruce, and Union Planners Bank, Callan City and Dermot. Second down here facing the Lions, and about 7 yards to go for the first. Operating from their own 29-yard line. Here goes first man through with a big hole. This is Jamal Nance. It's a foot race. No one's going to catch him. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown Lions. Jamal Nance, running back, 5'9", 165-pounder. Got a little daylight running room there, and it was Katie Bar the door. Nobody could catch him.
I'll tell you what, it's once again that misdirection confusing Vardaman. I don't know if they've really seen much of that this year, but really seen the speed behind that misdirection that they just seen there. And you know what? Key point in the ball game right now is going to be that missed extra point by Guerrero.
Good point. Good point. On to 10th the PAT for the Lions. Here will be Michael Curtis. Hole by Hoskins. 13-13 your score. 10 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Snap is back. Hold is down. They punt. The kick is blocked. That low snap. And Hoskins had to go down to get it off the turf. Try to put it up for the extra point attempt by Curtis. And a Ram defender came in and blocked the PAT attempt. That was huge too. Adam, I'll tell you what.
That right there, just even up this ball game. That's Mills just down on the play, who is injured one, but he did it for the team that time. He took that ball straight in the stomach. And you know that ball's coming off with a lot of heat, and it's being as cold as it is right now. You can understand why it's down right now. But I'll tell you what, credit Mills that time, stretching out for the team.
Absolutely, Jason Mills with an outstanding play. The injured Ram down on this play. He's trying to get up. Maybe it's going to be okay here. Here's a nice round of applause. He makes his way off the field. We're tied at 13, folks. It's Vardaman 13, Weir 13, and a barn burner here. Second round of the North half. 1A playoffs. Let's go sideline with Bill and Don. Take it away, guys.
In the fourth quarter, and we're all tied up 13-13. We're able to put together a big run there to tie the football game up, but a big block there by Mims. Jason shaking up on the play. Looks like he's going to be okay. Man, just had the ball right in his chest. Been a lot of complaining down here on the field about some of the illegal hits that Weir's been putting on. You've seen several players come off the field, and there's been a lot of talk about some cheap shots on the Weir part of the field, but we'll see. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Back deep to receive the kick for the Rams will be Greg Horton and Travis Pratt. And the kick is away. Line drive type kick's going to be fielded by Tony Shaw. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. He's got running room. He's at the midfield stripe. He's still on his feet. He stepped out of bounds, I think, as it crossed into Lion territory. Great return on the part of Tony Shaw. He's a junior 170-pounder.
Tell you what, right there was huge, as they did try to think that if they kick to the sideline once again, they might get Vardaman down it. But Tony Shaw did a good job keeping his feet under him and just turning up the field and getting what he could out of it. You know, right now it's just going to come come down to who's going to suck it up and who's going to play. You know, this right here is what you're going to expect this late in the playoffs. You know, lots on the line. North Half Championship game is on the line tonight. I tell you what, both these teams are well deserving of it.
Absolutely, no question about it. Clock is at 9:54 and stopped in the fourth quarter. We're now at 13. Vardaman 13, Weir 13. Rams break huddle and work their way up with excellent field position. Starting this series from the Weir 47-yard line. West offset backfield formation. It goes to Armstrong right side. It's on his feet, twisting, turning down to the 41. We'll go Odie Armstrong. Now short, our first down for Armstrong.
Step back, Curtis.
I tell you what, Odie, he's put up big numbers the first half, but he's earned whatever he's got here the second half. As I believe we said, he had 102 yards after the first half of play. But the yardage ain't come that easy here in the second half for Odie and the Rams. But right now, I tell you what, they control their own destiny. If they can eat up some clock, go down and put some type of points on the board, that may be enough to take and wrap up this ball game.
Second down, facing Vardaman here, and about 5 to go for the first. From the Weir 41-yard line. Brian West, offset, two-man eye in the backfield. Man in motion from right to left, and Travis Pratt. West with a long snap count. It goes to Armstrong on the left side. He is hit and crosses the 40 down to around the 39-yard line. We'll go Odie Armstrong. He is taking punishment here tonight, folks. No question about that. You really got to take your hat off to that stubborn Weir defense. They've really done a nice job on Armstrong here tonight. Although he has mounted up the rushing yardage, he's really paid the price for it as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, Odie Armstrong's going to get his yardage, and everybody knows that. You know, if you can just hold him within reasonable yardage and just hold off these extra defensive mistakes they score off of here and there in the regular season, you can hang with this Vardaman team if you're a good team like Weir is.
Third down here facing Vardaman, and about 2 or 3 to go for the first. West up under center. Armstrong with a carry, left side. He's at the 40, first down yardage. Takes the pop and is down around the 35-yard line. Should be enough for a Vardaman first down. It's close, extremely close. All according to the spot, of course, as to whether or not the Rams have earned the first down.
And he does have it. He just barely got past it, but it was enough for the first down for Vardaman.
It'll be 1st and 10 as the chain crew will move the sticks, and the Rams will have a fresh set of downs to operate with here, with 8 minutes and 15 seconds of operating time available on the scoreboard clock in the fourth quarter.
You know, you got to look for Vardaman to keep it on the ground and take it. Only have to pass if it's totally necessary to eat up the clock and try to get in the end zone.
West takes about a 4-man front defensively for the Lions. Man in motion from left to right is Travis Pratt. West with the give to Armstrong right side. He is hit and fumbles the ball and recovered by the Lions on the 32-yard line. And the Weir crowd goes wild across the way. Fans on their feet, very excited on that turnover, as well they should be.
I tell you what, that was a pop right there on Odie Armstrong as he turned up the field. As you see the crowd going crazy over there, it's almost as if they all jumped on the field as soon as they saw that ball come through the air and that Weir had it. Well, I tell you what, Vardaman let a long one go while I go for a score, and they can't afford to do it now. As it's at just under 8 minutes to go in this ball game, and as we were saying, Vardaman eating up time, trying to keep the ball on the ground. They do turn it over, and now it's all on the shoulders of the defense.
Checking into the game defensively for the Rams will be Jason Mims. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions, operating from their own 32-yard line, as Hoskins sets his offense here. He goes to first man through. He is spun down after a minimal gain on the carry. Good stop defensively on the part of Ryan Springer. Springer is a senior 175-pounder. That'll bring up her second down here for the Lions.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's playing like a senior too. He knows this could be his last ball game, or they could be going on to play another one. You know, all these seniors are coming out playing great. Really, right now, Vardaman, this right here is their key possession. You know, if they can keep them out of the end zone and get the ball back, you know, we could be going to OT, or we could either be wrapping this one up. 2nd
and 10 facing the Lions here. Quarterback with the give on the left side, going to Pratt. Pratt's got daylight at the 50. It's a foot race now. He's going to got the angle on him. He's going to be tackled. Great touchdown-saving tackle on the part of Greg Horton. Came from all the way across the field. Had the angle on the ball carrier, Pratt. And he definitely made a touchdown-saving tackle that time, but not until major yardage was picked up all the way down to the Vardaman 18-yard line.
No doubt right there was the touchdown-saving tackle that time. But, you know, Vardaman let another big one go. And, you know, right now that could be what's killing them. Just letting these big ones go as the clock's going to run. And I tell you what, they didn't take no time much off the clock that time. It's just now rolling down to the 7-minute mark. And Vardaman's got to get group back together and get their head on the defense and just stop the ball.
Weir Lions knocking on the door inside the Vardaman red zone here around the 18-yard line. It goes to the first man through. He is spun down after a gain of 2.
You're off here. Stop by Jonathan Denley.
Denley with a stop defensively for the Rams. Bring up your second down here, and about 8 to go for the first here. We'll give him 2 in the previous carry.
Yeah, right now Vardaman wants to take it, just try to get a turnover here, but the main thing is don't try to strip the ball. You want to make sure you got a hold of the guy and stop him from getting out of the end zone, and maybe just hold him to a field goal at the most that they're going to take and allow Weir right now.
Clock becoming a factor here for both teams under the 6.5 minute mark remaining in the fourth quarter. 6:21 to be exact. And on the move. Give goes to the first man through. Ball is fumbled again, I think. Loose ball, and Vardaman has recovered. Rams recover the loose ball, and you can credit Jonathan Denley with the fumble recovery for Vardaman. What a play.
Well, I said that's what they needed to happen, and there it goes. It happens for him, and credit Jonathan Denley right there. Heads up play, getting the ball back. Now Vardaman just got to find a handle on the ball, keep it, and move it right back down the field. And I tell you what, this Vardaman, the big blue machine, is right back in this ball game. I tell you what, fellas, this is the best ball game we've seen by far anywhere around between these two teams right here.
No question about that. The Weir Lions coughed the ball up, return a favor to the Rams. They coughed the ball up earlier. Consecutive turnovers here for both teams. 1st and 10 will go Vardaman around their own 15-yard line as Brian West up under center. Give goes to Armstrong left side. He is hammered down after a minimal gain of a yard or 2 at best. They've really keyed on Odie Armstrong tonight. Done a nice job on him defensively in certain situations.
Exactly. You know, they've, I guess for all in all, it's held Odie in check, I guess you can say. They hadn't allowed him to take and just bust anything up the middle for a big run, as we've seen him be able to do throughout the season. But credit to him, he's, of course, as Weir's done, Odie's got his big runs and also, but overall, they have really kept Odie Armstrong in check.
Second down facing Vardaman and about 8 yards to go. Operating from their own 17-yard line. West up under center, 2-man eye, pitch sweep on the right side. This time going to Greg Horton. Horton got the speed to burn, getting outside, first down yardage, and finally ran out of bounds. As it crosses the 30-yard line, plenty of room for a Vardaman first down.
That time, Odie switched from the main running that time to the blocker and did a good job just popping guys and moving on to the next one. But credit Horton that time right there for using his speed, getting to the outside and picking up the first down.
That'll move the sticks. Rams will have a fresh set of downs to operate with here, operating from around their own 30. Closer to the right hash mark. 5 minutes, 30 seconds remain to be played in the fourth and final quarter. We think it might be the final quarter. Could be seeing some OT here tonight, as Adam pointed out a few minutes ago. We're knotted at 13. It's Vardaman 13, Weir 13. West up under center, 2-man eye. Get goes to the first man through. Odie Armstrong pick up about 5 or 6 yards on the carry. Just carrying Lion defenders with him as he crosses the 35-yard line.
You have to think right now it's Odie time right now. The senior running back, he's got it done all season for the guys. And, you know, you want to think the ball game's on his shoulder. But if you're a Weir fan right there, you don't want to think that yourself, because Vardaman, as we've seen, he's got weapons in Pratt, Mims, and, of course, in the young quarterback West who can air the ball out.
Second and 5 facing Vardaman here from their own 35-yard line. Weir is going to stack about a 5-man front in there defensively. A couple of linebackers. Fisher's going to stop the play before we can get a conclusion to the play. Timeout charge to Vardaman. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably their first here in the second half of play. They'll have 2 available. Ken, you got any running stats you want to filter into us here?
Oh, I'll update you on Odie. He has 21 carries. I got him 134 yards. One of the key factors in the second half, he has carried the ball 15 times for 32 yards. So they've held him in check, Weir has, but the problem is he's had big gains and he's had big losses, and it's kind of back and forth there, Mitchell.
Right. Guys, we've got the decision to make up here. We've got to pick our player of the game. We are in the fourth quarter of play with just under 5 minutes remaining. We're going to send, we talked about Ken going down with about 2 minutes remaining in the contest to give Bill and Don some information on our pick as a player of the game. We'll have a few post-game interviews. What do you guys think? Let me hear you.
I'll tell you what, right now, you know, the ball game's too close to call. I know we've heard that a lot on TV lately, I hate to say that on TV7 also. But I tell you what, it's right now I have an idea for Vardaman, but you know, anybody can step up and become a huge player in this ball game later on. So we'll see how the ball game pans out.
Brian West sets an offset 2-man eye in the backfield, wideouts left and right. West with a fake pitch sweep. It's Odie Armstrong on the right side. He's going to be gang tackled by a host of Lions. Nowhere to go. He is hammered down. Loss on the carry of a yard. Bring up a third down here. And we'll call it 7 to go for the first.
Mitchell. Well, Larry Miller. Well, that's a 2. Bring up 3rd down and 7 for the round.
3rd down situation facing Vardaman, and about 7 yards to go. Big play here with 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the contest, and the clock is on the move. West up under center. West wants to throw under a rush, heavy rush. Gets a pass away. Way down the field. Ball is in the air. It's going to be caught. Great grab on the part of Travis Pratt. Travis Pratt with a catch for the Rams. Major pickup on the pass play. And gentlemen, I've just decided my pick as far as player of the game is concerned. Of course, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm going to take Travis Pratt. He's had a big game here tonight. I'm sure Ken Stats can verify that as well.
Well, I tell you what, that right there did not look like a freshman quarterback at all. Able to avoid the rush and take the throw it upfield to an open receiver.
1st and 10 for the Rams from the Weir 32-yard line with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the contest, and the clock's on the move. Give goes to Odie Armstrong, right up the gut there, twisting, turning, fighting his way downfield, finally taken off his feet after a gain of a yard or 2 at best.
Stop by Michael Curtis.
That'll bring up your 2nd down here for Vardaman. We'll call it 8 to go with the 1st.
And once again, you will see players getting a little frustrated and some slow getting up off the field. As we see number 74 for the Rams getting slow off his feet.
John Mark Berry. He was injured last Friday night against French Camp as well. Hopefully he hasn't re-injured himself with the same type injury he had last Friday night.
Of course, in this game situation right here, you're not going to be able to keep that big man down. He knows how much and what's all on the line right now for his football team, so he's going to get right back down in there and dig down. You know, he's been one of the key linemen for Vardaman this year.
Brian West, it's a full house backfield this time. Pitch sweep on the right side going to Greg Horton. Horton's going to be hitting there, still on his feet at the 30. He's at the 35, finally wrestled down inside the 25-yard line of Weir. Great individual effort on Greg Horton's part. Running back, he's a sophomore, 180-pounder.
And like I said a while ago, you know, you key on Odie, there. He's going to take and they're going to kill you with somebody else. He's able to go to the 3 men in the backfield and able to pitch out to Horton that time, as we have just about 2.5 to go here in the ball game, and you cannot ask for anything better than this.
Oh, this is wonderful football, no question about that. 32 facing Vardaman here. Again, crucial situation play for both ball clubs. West with a give off the right side this time, going to Jason Mims. Mims is pushed back. Let's see if his forward progress got anywhere close to the 1st down yardage. Will be a 4th down facing Vardaman here. Laney with a stop defensively for the Lions.
I'll tell you what, everybody here on Vardaman's side is on their feet, and they probably don't know how big, or they do know how big this play is right here. 4th down conversion here. Really, it's going to take and decide your ball game with 1:48 to go here in the 4th.
4th down situation for the Rams, operating from around the 22-23-yard line of Weir. 4th and 2 for Vardaman. West fumbles the snap, going to take it himself. I believe he got the first. As he crossed the 20-yard line, down to around the 19 or 18. And what looked like a broken play in the backfield might have turned out for a 1st down for Vardaman.
I'll tell you what, and one thing I'll keep saying, this kid right here, just that play right there, that heads up to take and get the ball and know how much yardage he's got to get to the 1st down to keep his team's hope alive. I'll tell you what, that kid right there, I'm still not convinced. You know, if this has been my first time not seeing any of the stats, there's no way this kid is a freshman quarterback. He's playing well like a well-seasoned senior.
1st and 10, we'll go the Rams from around the 17, 18-yard line of Weir. Pitch sweep on the near side, going to Horton. Horton's got a block. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. Fighting his way down the field inside the 10-yard line. Run out of bounds at that point, I think. Stop the clock at 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining. Rams knocking on the door here in the late going. We're in the 4th quarter. We're tied at 13. This is high school football playoff action at its best. Vardaman 13, Weir 13. 1:03 remaining in the contest.
And you got to be impressed with the fact, Mitchell, that they started this drive at the Vardaman 15 with 6:14 to go, and we're down to 1:03 to go in the game.
Rams on the move here, trying to win this thing in the late going. Timeout on the field, charged to the official, I think, for a measurement. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Weir wanted a measurement that time to see if they actually did pick up the first down. I tell you what, this right here is going to be huge, and I believe they're going to be able to get this one once it gets on the far sideline, so we're not going to have too good of a camera angle.
Chain crew will come on all the way across the field to stretch them out and see if indeed the Rams have earned the first down. These Vardaman fans being very vocal, I'm sure able to pick up in the background.
Well, the official signal first down, but now it looks like he's having to think about it twice. And I do believe they did pick it up.
It's extremely close, too close for us to call from up here atop the press box booth. First and goal, Vardaman. That would be the case inside the 10-yard line now, working around the 8. Clock's at 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in this barn burner here from Carter Field. Second round of the North Half Class 1A state playoffs. Winner will advance to the North Half Championship next Friday night. West up under center. Give goes to Armstrong. He is hit hard in there. Manages to keep those feet driving down around the 2, I think, somewhere in their neighborhood.
I tell you what, in this area right here, you're going to take and wrap him up. You're not going to be able to knock Odie Armstrong off his feet. Once he smells the end zone, he's going to be hard to be denied out of it.
Clock's on the move now with 50 seconds remaining in the ball game. Rams on the drive. Second and goal from around the 2 or 3 yard line. Brian West. It's a full house backfield this time. No wideouts. Double tight end set for Vardaman. Good goes to Odie Armstrong on the left side, trying to cut the corner and get to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown Vardaman. Touchdown Vardaman. Rams score. Odie Armstrong got the call and shedded a few tackles, would-be tackles on the left side to fight his way into the end zone to put the lead on the scoreboard for Vardaman. What an exciting contest here tonight from Carter Field. 19-13 your score. Rams go out in front by 6 points here in the late going. 27.6 seconds showing remaining in the contest. On to attempt the PAT for Vardaman will be Guerrero, I would think, or perhaps Melvin Pierce. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see here.
I believe we do have flags on the play, and it's going to be against Weir. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Weir, so that's going to put Vardaman closer to it. So now the decision is, do you go for 2?
Well, with 27.6 seconds remaining with a 6-point lead, I'm going to kick the PAT
I
at
was
him.
going to say, I'll take the PAT and be happy with it. As you said, 27.6 seconds to go, but we have seen Weir be able to pick up some big yardage and get down the field quickly.
Guerrero on to attempt the extra point, all-important extra point for Vardaman. Hold by Melvin Pierce. Kick is up, and it's good. Extra point attempt is successful by the Rams. They go out to a 20-13 lead with 27.6 seconds remaining on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Ken Johnson is leaving the top of the press box here to go sideline to relate our player of the game on to Bill and Donald sideline. Adam, did you pick who I did? Travis Pratt?
I tell you what, that's the key player right there is Travis Pratt. You know, I always hate to take it away. You know, if I had to pick up a co-player, I had to give it to the quarterback. You know,
yeah,
freshman kids.
Brian West did an outstanding job.
I tell you what, he's come up and that's like I keep saying, it's hard to believe he's a freshman. He played huge in this ball game right here.
He certainly did. Travis Pratt, our pick as a player of the game here tonight. Let's go sideline with Bill and Don. Take it away, guys.
Rams here, only 27 seconds to go, and Odie Armstrong able to take it in from 2 yards out, barely getting into the end zone. There was some arguing going down in the end zone by Weir. They didn't think he got in, but the referee said that he did. We were right here on top of it. It was very close. Looked like he did hit the pylon, though. Let's take a break, and we'll be back to close this one out here in just a moment.
Vardaman 20, Weir 13, 27.6 seconds remaining. Kicker approaches the ball, and the line drive type kick is away. Fielded around the 20-yard line on the return for the Lions. down the far sideline. Pretty good return of kick out over the 40-yard line down to around the 42. So this is a situation. The Weir Lions have 22.1 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter of play. Vardaman leads by a score of 20-13. It's going to be left in the hands of the Ram defense, Adam. And that's a section of Vardaman football team this year that really hasn't got enough recognition, in my opinion, because they do an outstanding job in this 2000 campaign.
Exactly. Right now, if there's anything, this is going to be defense. You know, that's what they're going to come up with, and Vardaman is going to call a timeout. And I agree. This Vardaman team hasn't got enough recognition for their defense, especially the secondary players like John Harden and Pratt. But right now, you know, this right here is going to be an example of how good this defense is. As we said, we have 22.1 seconds left here in the fourth quarter of action. Vardaman up by 7. And Mitch, I believe you have a little update on it.
We're talking about the Ram defense. All season long, all told, Rams have allowed 61 points scored against them all season. That averages out to 5.1 points per game. So, you know, you can talk about offensive explosiveness, which, of course, Vardaman's got plenty of that, no question about it. But you really have to take your hat off to that Ram defense this entire season, and this is a pivotal point in the season right now with this series with 22.1 seconds remaining between the Vardaman Rams and a possible North Half Championship contest against Durant or Noxapater next Friday night.
Exactly. The stats speak enough alone. As you said, 5.1 points a ball game, so the defense has got to be able to do something.
Quarterback wants to throw over here, and this pass is going to be caught and knocked out of bounds. Shy of first down yardage, I think.
I'll tell you what, that's a huge shot that time by Pratt. Once again, knocked the guy out of bounds. It's going to be shy of the first down as the Weir is going to call a timeout with 15.6 seconds to go. And I'll tell you what, we've seen this before in basketball where, you know, you have it coming right down the wire, everything's exciting, fast-moving pace. And I'll tell you what, football's turned into it here. And, of course, you can see how much is on the line right now between both these teams.
Mitchell with the grab for the Lions. Great catch on his part. It's going to bring up a second down here for Weir. And about a yard to go for the first. They move the ball into Vardaman territory around the 49-yard line, closer to the right hash mark. As Adam pointed out a moment or two ago, we have 15.6 seconds showing remaining in the fourth quarter. Vardaman leads by a score 20-13. Rams are 15.6 seconds away from a North Half Championship attempt. They'll be playing for the North Half Championship next Friday night. From the shotgun, which is going to whistle the play dead before we get a conclusion to the play. That was Hoskins, the quarterback, with the shotgun snap. Scampered off to his left side. See what the penalty infraction's all about here. They're looking for a procedure call against the Lions.
I'll tell you what, right now we'll see if we're going to add any time to the clock as the Lions coaching staff up here is asking for it, as it was on 15.6. We'll see. I believe that's what the officials are going to do. Come to the sideline, tell them they have to add some time to the clock here. But as you said right now, you know, one of these teams is Vardaman is in the lead right now, is 15.6 seconds away from a chance at the North Half Championship. And you know, either whichever team comes out here winning don't have much time to celebrate, because as it looks, it's going to be Durant up next at Durant.
Yeah, that's a big upset on the part of Noxapater tonight, as Durant and Noxapater were playing against each other, but we suspect Durant will come out on top in that contest. From the shotgun formation now, Hoskins gets a fumble, and he rolls left, looking downfield, wants to let go of it, and does so in the middle of the field. Pass is incomplete. Almost caught on the part of Miller. Or check that was Pratt, the intended pass receiver. Unable to come down with it, however. That'll stop the clock at 7.6 seconds remaining in the contest.
I'll tell you what, it was very lucky for Weir that time. They was able to get a pass away as it was a fumble snap. I'll tell you what, you really can't ask for much better than this, Mitchell. This has been a great ball game down to the wire. And as we said, 7.6 seconds left, and Vardaman's up by 7. Now we will have another time on the field charged to Weir here. So they're going to try to stretch this thing out as long as they can, as we have yet another timeout called.
7.6 seconds remaining in the contest. If Vardaman hangs on to this 7-point lead at 20-13, they will be facing either Durant or Noxapater next Friday night for the North Half 1A Championship, and a chance, if they win then, to go on to Jackson and represent the northern half of the state in the 1A classification in the state championship game. Again, while we have the opportunity, one last time, let's go over some of these fine sponsors. They include NW Farms, growers and shippers of sweet potatoes, 682-7961. Bancorp South in Vardaman. Don McCarver and staff there. Tri-State Termite Pest Control, Calhoun City, 628-6837. Mount Supermarket, Vardaman. Ward Shortstop, Vardaman. Farm Bureau Insurance, Calhoun City and Bruce. Union Planters Bank, Calhoun City and Derma.
You know, Mitchell, people have talked about how this Vardaman team hadn't been battle tested. Right now, they are doing it, and they found a way to win. So this is just proof enough how good this Vardaman team
fumbles
is.
The shotgun snap pass left side is complete to Fred Parrish. Parrish running around back there. No time showing on the clock. Pass is batted away on the part of Travis Pratt. And Travis Pratt, as a matter of fact, is our player of the game tonight. The Vardaman Rams win. Rams would advance. Final score, Vardaman 20, Weir 13. Rams are off to the North Half Championship next Friday night. Congratulations goes out to this exciting Vardaman Ram 2000 football squad that remain undefeated after a big win here tonight against a tough opponent in the Weir Lions. Adam, what do you think?
Exactly. I tell you what, battle tested is now the Vardaman Rams, and as we said, a good team always finds a way to win, and Vardaman was able to do that tonight late in the ball game, able to pull this one out 20-13, as we mentioned before. But Mitchell, I'll tell you what, as we said, you cannot ask for much better than this. Nothing taken away from this Weir football team. They gave Vardaman everything they could handle. Vardaman goes on to 13-0 right now. But I tell you what, this Weir team earned a lot of respect tonight out of me.
Absolutely. This Weir club has nothing to be ashamed of here in this 2000 season. Outstanding football team. Vardaman Rams win. Vardaman Rams win. 20-13 your score. Vardaman 20, Weir 13 in the second round of the North Half Class 1A state playoffs. We'll be advancing next Friday night on to the North Half championship game. And congratulations once again goes out to our player of the game tonight, number 5 for the Rams, Travis Pratt, wide receiver, 160-pounder. He's a senior. Not only did he do it on offense, Adam, did it on defense as well.
Exactly. Come up with the play of the game there at the end, just to bat that last pass away there at the end to stop any chance for a touchdown by the Weir Lions. So I tell you what, he did it offensively and defensively. Give hats off to everybody on this Vardaman team tonight.
They really played an outstanding game here tonight and all season long this year as well. We're going to be on the road next Friday night, Adam. Should be an exciting contest for the North Half Championship.
Always.
Probably a lot like what we saw here tonight.
Probably so. Probably if it can be any closer. Right? You know, it's hard to say how can a football game get any closer than this right here. But we should be expecting the same thing on the road next week, either at Noxapater or Durant.
I'll tell you what, any closing remarks, Adam?
I think the game spoke enough for itself. I mean, as we said, you know, you got your money's worth tonight if you did come out, and you're probably going to be watching this at home afterwards. Still, even if you did come from this ball game, you know, you really can't get enough after this tonight. Hats off to Coach Bray and his coaching staff this year and the players. They did a great job. They found a way to win tonight when their back was against the wall.
Final score once again, Vardaman 20, Weir 13. Let's take you sideline now with Bill and Don with a few post-game interviews. For Adam Gore and Ken Johnson, this is Mitchell Johnson bidding you a very pleasant good evening from Carter Field.
Welcome back, everyone, to the post-game show. We're talking to our co-players of the game now. Odie Armstrong, 25 carries, 143 yards. And Travis Pratt, who had 4 receptions for 98 yards. 2 big nights offensively. And Odie, what a ball game. You guys came through when you had to. Talk about that 6-plus drive coming out of halftime to take the lead.
We knew they weren't going to give up. Our line just came through with it, and we just made the big plays.
Travis, it looked like the whole time they were keying on the run. You guys could get the open pass on them. You missed a couple in the first half, but you and Brian West were able to hook up for some big plays there in the second half.
Yeah, we just came out playing hard. Just playing with heart tonight.
Talk about the way the defense held. They had 2 big runs, but that was it. You played a great defensive game. The entire defense stood tall tonight.
Yeah, we lit up 2 plays, and we paid for it, but the defense stuck together, and we came out with the victory.
Next week, Travis, y'all travel on the road for the biggest game of your career. Of course, you don't know where it's going to be yet, but you have to.
Let me get out of the TV.
Back down on the field now with Coach Bray as the Vardaman Rams win it 20-13, and Coach, what a ball game, first of all.
It was. It was just like we thought it'd be, down to the wire type game.
I tell you, the second half, you came out 7-7 at halftime and put together a 6-minute, 44-second drive that was huge.
It was. You know, we told the kids at halftime we need to control the football instead of wear and drive it down and score, and they responded.
You know, despite them stacking the line, and they got a good defensive front, and Odie was still able to get 143 yards, but where you really were able to get some big plays was on the pass. 98 yards in receiving for Pratt and 131 yards passing for Brian West.
Right. Both of them, Travis and Brian, did a great job. Travis never gave up on some of the passes, come back and made them, and Brian did a great job under the pressure he was under.
Of course, and you can't say enough about the defense. With the exception of 2 big runs, they really held them in check the entire night.
They did, and of course, you know, we got tired toward the end. We're not used to playing 4 quarters, but the kids really held up and did a great job.
Well, Coach, I know you want to get back and see who you're going to be playing next week, either Durant or Not So Pater. It'll be on the road, of course, but we want to wish you the best of luck next week on the road, wherever you're going.
Okay, appreciate it.
You want to close it out, Ken? We don't have to wait on them. Well, it'll just about do it here from Carter Field in Vardaman. The Rams win 20-13, and Ken, despite a great defensive effort by Weir for most of the first half, Vardaman was able to put some points on the board when they had to and pull this one out.
They really did. It was a total team effort tonight, and Odie Armstrong shined again. And I saw the early interview with the players of the game. They did an excellent job. The whole team did an excellent job. I didn't know that Weir was this good. I knew that they had the reputation from the past of being such a great team, but they are really impressive. And again, as we said, a good game by Vardaman all the way around.
Exactly. Very strong on the defensive front, but Vardaman was able to take advantage of that last turnover where it looked like they were in good position. And you got to give Greg Horton a lot of credit. We haven't talked about him. He made the game-saving tackle that time on that long run, and he made some big runs on that last drive.
Yeah, he did. He made a couple good first down runs, or he put them in a second and 1 situation. Did an impressive job. What was really impressive to me is that during the third quarter that Vardaman had the ball just about the whole quarter. Weir went 3 and out in the third quarter, and it was really impressive. And they in the fourth quarter they stopped Weir when Weir had the chance to go ahead, and they drove right back down the field. They took the ball at 6:14, drove all the way down the field, didn't give the ball back at all, and went in for the game-winning touchdown. So it was really impressive.
That's exactly how you close somebody out. And if there's any doubters out there just how Vardaman would respond to a close ball game, I think they silenced those tonight.
They really did. You know, they had that close one against Smithville, and they showed that they could come back, and they showed what they could do against an even better team.
Well, we're glad everybody could join us here tonight on TV7, TV 34. And for Bill Morgan, Adam Gore, Mitchell Johnson, Ken Johnson, I'm Don Brooks saying so long. And we'll see you next week either from Durant or Not So Pater. So long, everyone.
I mean,